1. What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pocket Show. Today is Sunday, March something, because I didn't put the number, 2017. It still says 16 in the script. Fuck! And this is episode 23. And it says episode 21 in the script. What is happening? What did I do? I swear there's another person that lives in this house that fucks with my shit when I am asleep. I swear to God. Let me... am I in the right script? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, with me tonight, I have Mr. SaltySam, SpeedDemon, and BadBadRobot. Mr. 42 is currently out fucking carving up the Canadian mountains, brother. Just getting it real.
He's carving that pussy too, as well.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And hello, my name is Naaackers, you fucking shit ass. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room, introduce everybody to you guys. So SaltySam, start with you. Who are you, and where can we find you online?
My name is SaltySam. You can find me online at @SaltySam on Twitch and Twitter. Salty all day on Snapchat.
I'm SpeedDemon. You can find me on the GSM forums and Discord, and on Twitter at SpeedDemon2533.
Hi, I'm BadBadRobot. You can find me on Twitch at BadBadRobot, and I almost said .tv, and Snapchat and Twitter at @BadBadRobot. Stream 5 days a week. Come check me out. Nudes at BadBadRobot.tv for nudes. Okay.
And did you know, if you have Amazon Prime, every month you get 1 free Prime membership that you can use to any partnered streamer? Yeah, this one. Hi, guys. My name is Naaackers. You guys can find me on this very channel. You can also find me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at Naaackers with 3 A's. First and foremost, what the fuck are you guys drinking?
So I've got a new one that I've never had, so I don't know what this tastes like. The other night we went drinking, and my buddy brought these. It's Sweetwater Brewing Company Extra Pale Ale 420.
Ooh. That is a mouthful. That's what she said.
My mouth, I'm watching you drink water, and I don't know if it's because you're just a very sexy gentleman or if it's the beer that I'm craving, but my mouth is watering. Maybe it's a combination of the two, of you and beer. Don't give me a boner on stream, Salty, please.
Stop.
It's pretty good. I've got that in a Dos Equis.
Nice.
I'm actually drinking something different.
No, you're not.
I did this for you. I'm drinking some water, okay?
Oh my God.
You might as well piss in that cup, Speed.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. That's all right. Well, we still have our 1-year show promise, so... But if
I didn't promise that.
Yes, you fucking did. Watch the VOD, bro. I'm not fucking around, all right?
Check the VOD.
Son of a bitch. I, for one, am actually drinking beer tonight. It's a classic. It is the New Belgium Fat Tire. It's an amber ale. It's a delicious amber ale. If you're trying to get into heavier beers, try this. Try this for size. Not too hoppy. It's got a good flavor. And there's a picture of a bicycle on the label.
I was hoping for another word that started with B, but I can get down with bikes.
Yeah. Bitches on bikes.
Yeah. Bitches with tits.
Yeah. 2 titties each.
Yeah.
Except for that one girl.
Hi. I'm drinking vodka and orange juice.
Not
I picked up a 6-pack of beer for party night on Saturday. They're all gone. So going back, I'm trying to get back onto my health kick. I've been very bad. Very bad. So I'm starting today. I should have started months ago, but we're doing, you know, what do you want from me? That's all I can really say. All right. Moving on, first part of the show. What non-gaming stuff have we all been up to? SaltySam, what's going on?
So I've actually been pretty busy the last couple weeks. I work like always, so night shifts, day shifts, all that shit. Part of my downtime at work, I've been designing the cabinets that I've been talking about for my shop. So I got got 2 cabinets laid out. I've got to go buy materials and get started on doing that. And then the other day I talked back and forth with Naaackers and ended up buying a domain and starting to host my own website. So it's there. I'm not going to announce it yet. It's pretty obvious. It's thesaltysam.com. I'm going to be blogging stories, like old stories, new shit, and then any of the projects that I take on out in the shop, I'm going to try to like chronicle everything together on there. Right now, there's only 1 post, and then I've got 9 drafted posts.
Whoa.
That I'm working on them one at a time, but it's going to be somewhat in chronological order of all the shit that's happened in the last like 10 years.
Okay.
And just kind of leading up to like comprehensive backstory leading up to where I'm at right now, what I'm trying to accomplish. But other than that, I went out Friday night with 2 of my 3 groomsmen because Vans is still too young to go to the casino.
No.
Poor Van.
But the other 2 of my groomsmen, we went up. My buddy rented a fucking suite at the hotel, and the hotel for this casino isn't in the casino. It's across the fucking highway from the casino, and they run these buses, these shuttles, 24 hours a day. So it's like drunk people going over there, even worse coming back, and I got fucking trashed for the first time in like 5 or 6 years, like the worst I can remember. And I really showed my age because I woke up the next day after sleeping for like 5 hours and was so fucked up. I couldn't even eat breakfast at Denny's. I slept the entire way home in the truck and then got home and slept like 6 hours, woke up for 2, and then slept for another like 10.
Oh my God.
Fucking, and I didn't really get shit-faced. I didn't think I got shit-faced that night, but it was one of those things where I just woke up in the morning, just felt like a pile of shit. Like, it took me 6 hours just to eat. Because I went to Denny's and I ordered like a whole fucking thing. Like a whole Grand Slam thing. And then I ate 1 fucking piece of bacon, was like getting ready to fucking throw up in my booth. I was just like, ugh.
I got the mouth sweats.
Oh God, those are the worst.
Mouth
Part
sweats.
of it was that this fucking Denny's was like 1,000 degrees inside. It was 40 the night before, and I just had like jeans and a shirt on, and I was just sweating profusely from all the booze. And then it's like 85 degrees in there, and they sit us right next to the kitchen, and I'm just like, fuck this. We gotta go.
Leave it to Denny's.
All in all, it was a fun night. I didn't win any money. My buddy that paid for all the shit won a ton of money, which is great.
Karma.
And then, yeah, I mean, at one point because we had all gotten pretty trashed, but at one point he just gets up from the table we're at and walks away, and I go like an hour later and find him, and he's on a roulette table making like $400 bets. Just like, holy shit.
Baller.
He's like, yeah, man, I'm up. I'm like, all right, stay up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Throw it all back away.
Don't go dying on me.
But yeah, we had a pretty great time. I don't feel like drinking like that for the near future.
Do you
Probably because the initial drunk was on heavy beers.
Oh.
I brought a 6-pack. As soon as we checked into the hotel, I was just like, let's go. Jumped on the drunk bus and fucking. That was at like 10 o'clock. When we went over there, it was like this huge Mercedes Sprinter van, like a 10-passenger bus. And it was 2 different groups of people other than us, all of which were shit-faced already. Like, they had the same idea we did. Don't pay the casinos for booze and just get hammered in your hotel room. So it's just like 10 hammered people going over there. On the way back, it was just the 3 of us. And they had 2 like teenage kid drivers that were just talking mad shit to each other the entire time going over there.
I wonder how many people try and make that run across the highway instead of waiting for the shovel. I can fucking make it over. I got it.
We almost walked back because it took them forever to like, we called the front desk and was like, where the fuck is this shuttle at? It was like 30 degrees and we're standing outside and I'm just freezing my nuts off, hammered, and can't even stand up.
Anytime I'm anywhere and someone says, don't worry, there's a shuttle, I go, oh, fuck. No, absolutely not. Anything but the shuttles are usually terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Like when we left and went over there, it was only like 8:30. So they were running that bitch like every 15 minutes on the dot. And then when these guys showed up and it's 2 teenage kids in a regular like minivan shuttle instead of the big Sprinter van, I'm like, oh, fuck. That's why they're late, because they're fucking high.
God damn it, weed heads. They're injecting too many weeds.
I'll put it to you this way. We were all in such a good mood on the way back that the guy who was, I guess, the co-driver, he was sitting in the passenger seat up front. And the guy who took me up there were just like making bets on whose car would win a race. On the way back, he's like, I'll fucking get in my car right now. I don't give a shit.
No!
He's like, I bet you $1,000 my truck will take a shit on your fucking car. Like, all right, I guess we're gonna watch a race.
Do you remember everything that you drank, or do you know what you had the most of?
Probably the most I had was Dos Equis.
Okay.
Dos Equis. You were the most interesting man in the world that whole night. That was you. You're probably playing fucking cool in the corner with the ladies around you, which you thought were ladies, but were fat dudes. But because you had so much beer, they looked like ladies. They're just like, hello.
Hey, it is DC.
Hey.
That just reminded me of that one clip that got posted to Livestream Fail of one of the kids that was sitting on the couch telling people to yell, "Wow, Luigi, wow!" to go jump in front of a shuttle bus and kill himself.
He got kicked out of there. I don't even think he's ever.
So many people got kicked out this year. Like so many, or is that last year now?
Some of those guys are cunts.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest. Like some of those guys, for as big of nerds as they are, they come off like super, like I am God.
Yeah.
Huge pricks.
A lot of them.
And then some of them are like super humble, super quiet and shy. And then every once in a while you have a normal one who like has social skills and he's like, hey everybody.
Yeah.
You know, just like normal as all hell. But like most of them are like huge pricks. I don't know why.
Witwix.
They're just arrogant.
Is one of my favorite speedrunners because he has such a dry sense of humor, and I think he's fucking hilarious. He speedruns I Want to Be the Boshi, which is like one of my favorite games to watch being speedrunned.
Which they did for the finale, right? Like it wasn't for Extra Life 2017, or was it 2016?
I don't think Witwix was there
do
this year.
No,
I don't think so. I don't know.
There was another. Okay, yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that it's a popular speedrunning game because of how hardcore it is. But
yeah.
All right.
That's it for me.
That's it for you. I had another question for you. And it's gone. It's gone.
I have not been up to much lately. Work like usual. I've been working from 8 to 6 every day except Sunday. And when I get home, I'm either laying down on the bed and going to sleep. I have been trying to, that's before, but I usually go and lay down and go to sleep. Lately, since daylight savings time, I've been trying to get Bella out and walk her at the park. She's old. She's getting older, and she's really fat for being what she is. And
she's right over there, dude.
We got a mile, and she was laying down by the lake. She didn't want to move anywhere, so I had to sit there for 30 minutes until she was ready to walk, and we walked back to the car.
Oh my god!
Does she like water? Does she like going in the lake?
She didn't go this time because I didn't feel like giving her a bath because I had to bring her back in. I don't want her to smell like dog or like the lake, so I didn't let her this time. But usually she'll get in the water and swim around and play.
Yeah.
You don't take your swamp boat to the lake?
Fuck you, man.
You know the giant fans on the back?
No, that's what What are those things called?
The
Hovercraft? Hover
Airboats.
airboats.
airboat. No, it's a hovercraft.
No.
Hovercraft isn't hovercraft. Swamp boats are airboats.
My second question was going to be, are you sure you went to the lake and not the swamp? Like,
It's the lake, I'm sure.
I wouldn't want my dog jumping in the swamp at all. That shit is
was the
stinky.
lake.
All right.
Speed does that for fun.
Yeah, we do that for competition.
See how close gators can get to him a dick.
I actually just saw something on the news where this kid was trying to impress this girl and like told her that like Crocs don't attack. This was in Australia, I think. He was like, Crocs don't attack Australian people. Like, I'll show you. So he jumps into like where all these boats are docked, like, but there's known crocodiles in there. He jumped in literally 5 seconds later. Croc came after him, got him, and he got away alive with all of his limbs. I don't know how, but apparently he got the girl, which is insane. She didn't look too bright. She's like, wow, that was nice.
You're brave.
You're so brave. Yeah.
Swamp is a lake with more alligators.
All right, dope.
That's it from me.
Awesome. Oh, it's my turn. It's so weird without 42 here.
I know.
So real life the past 2 weeks with the crazy weather, and I think we had plans, but they ended up just getting canceled. So I've just literally just been streaming as much as possible, getting in a bunch of bonus streams and stuff like that. Other than work, honestly, not much. I think I told you guys I went to go see Logan. I think the last show, so like that was like right before the last episode. Haven't seen any movies. Want to see Power Rangers. I ended up watching the 2 new specials from Dave Chappelle on Netflix. And apparently I thought they were going to be like brand new material. One was taped in 2015 and the other one was in 2016. So like it was interesting because he looks very different in both, but in the intros and outros of the special, like Chappelle's looking old.
Yeah.
Like even in the
Absolutely.
last year, oh man, he looks like he's aged. But those 2 specials were fucking hilarious. Hilarious.
I still have yet to watch
suggest.
them.
Yes, please go do. There was another really good Netflix comedy special. It was called 3 Mics. And I can't remember the guy's name, but basically he used 1 mic for telling jokes, 1 mic for telling stories, and 1 mic for telling like tragedy, like something bad that happened to him in life. And it was like this roller coaster of emotions, and he got me choked up like immediately. Like the guy had such a successful life, but all this shitty stuff. I need to find. Oh, Anunnaki put it in chat. The guy's name is Neil Brennan. 3 Mics. He was actually the main writer for Chappelle Show.
Yep.
So like this guy's like crazy successful, but I'm not going to say any more than that. Go watch the guy's special. Been watching a lot of It's Sunny in Philadelphia, catching up on the latest seasons.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, that show never gets old. And that's about it. Real life, not super eventful. We were supposed to go see the puppy Charlie, but that didn't end up working out. So we're going to go next weekend. So I'll have some more photos. Apparently she's getting very big.
She getting sassy too, I think.
Yeah, sassy.
Sassy puppy.
Yeah.
By the
that's
way,
it.
I watched an interview on those Dave Chappelle specials.
Mhm.
Netflix paid him $60 million for 3 specials, and those 2 he had already filmed and had them sitting on a shelf. Like, so he's like, okay, I'll do 3 specials. Here's 2 of them, and sign the fucking check.
Wow.
60 million.
That guy has to be so rich.
I mean, he's got 60 million, so
He's
I'm
at
pretty sure
least
he's-
got 60 million.
At least. But I mean, even before that was like the Chappelle Show and all the shit he did before. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Wow,
absolutely.
he got 60 million. He must be He must be rich.
Well, wasn't season 2? Wasn't his signing deal 150 million for season 2?
Oh my god!
I think it was only 50.
Oh, and then the season 3 was going to be 150.
Well, I watched ever since he came back and they showed the fucking commercials for him being on SNL. The first time, that was like right after the election, the first time he had come back into the spotlight again. I started watching all these interviews that he's doing for like CBS This Morning, or, you know, he'll show up on Jimmy Kimmel or whatever. And he makes a joke about, you know, all those people 10, 13 years ago said I was a fucking idiot for throwing away $50 million. So I just went out and got 60 for some shit I already had laying on the shelf. Right. It's fucking stupid now.
That was so fucking genius of I almost said Discord, of Netflix though.
I feel like he's
Netflix
definitely
has
like
just been killing it.
the funniest comic of our generation.
Oh, he's so funny. He's so funny. My favorite stand-up comedy special by him ever was one, like, these are really good, but my favorite, and I think it's a nostalgia thing, was one called Killing Them Softly. Is the best Chappelle like.
Is that
show
the one he
ever.
filmed in DC?
Yes.
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 Because the second one
was DC.
Wait. Killing Them
I think it was
Softly.
DC.
What was the other
That was
special?
DC.
The other one was San Francisco, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so good.
Sir! It's everybody's air, sir. Oh, God. Yeah, those are so good.
Get back.
Rush him! You can't come on all of us.
He's still here.
If
Sprinkle some crack on him and get out of here.
if you guys love Dave Chappelle and you have not seen the Inside the Actors Studio with James Lipton with Dave Chappelle, go fucking watch it, because it's a fucking masterpiece. It's like, it's a documentary and a comedy, like, you know, into one. Like every other Inside the Actors Studio are like all these serious like interviews, but like James Lipton and fucking Dave Chappelle are on the same level, and they just bounce off each other so well. Okay, very cool. Robot? That was you?
That was me.
It's crazy when I'm going through the script for these shows, I have to go back and like I open up calendar and Twitter, and I like go back through my feed and I look at what I tweeted about, because if it was something important enough in my life, I probably was talking about it, or, you know, uploaded a picture. And there's just nothing. There's just nothing going on in my life.
Just tech issues.
Yeah, just tech issues. So obviously March Madness is still going on. So I wake up. Did you almost just fucking spill?
That was close. I didn't see my bottle because of the microphone.
That's how
I
do
almost
it.
Smacked it. Woo,
Yep.
hi, 2 hands.
See, I set
Two
mine
hands.
on the other side of the mic arm over here. And
That's smart.
That's where it goes now. Because there's.
Why don't you just put your drink on another table? Get your little side table off of where your electronics are, and you will never spill it on there again.
Because my
Maybe
luck.
he should put his drink by his mixers. That's a great idea, right, Naaackers?
Well,
I mean, there's space.
I have this
right to his
slide
left.
out. Look down here. I have this this keyboard tray where my compressor is. It is now officially
Ooh.
a drink holder.
Oh my god.
How much is that right there? It's a very expensive
Oh
drink
my
holder.
God.
$200.
Please, God, no.
So yeah. Weenie actually had a great idea. She's like, why don't you just get another keyboard tray on your left side so you have a pull-out drink holder? I'm like, oh my god, it's a great
It's
idea.
not a bad idea.
Or those, I've seen desks that have the built-in, just like it's just a plank of wood that you just pull out. I could try and do something like that.
I feel like
thought
you
I
would
saw
have to make
someone-
it super narrow, or you're gonna hit it with your fucking chair.
Yeah.
Every time you go to get it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Splash.
I saw something someone posted for you, and it was like a clip on the end of your desk, and it was like an off-the-table cup holder or something like that. That looked.
He'd still find
promising.
a way to get it spilled on his electronics.
Oh yeah, he would, of course.
You know what's funny? I still never killed anything, so you guys can't say shit. All right?
Eat my ass.
Eat my dick shits. So, yeah, so obviously waking up, and then going to work. I come home, I start streaming immediately. That's Monday through Friday. So Monday through Friday is just a blur through March. I don't know what happens in between those days. Sometimes things happen on the weekend. I don't know. I didn't do anything this weekend. I barely left the house, only to get food. Last weekend, I don't even know. And I went back and looked. I'm like, I have no idea what I did on that day. Because if it's not in my calendar, then I didn't go to it, which is pretty much how I live my life.
That's exactly how I couldn't remember anything I did.
So nothing too crazy. I am finally done. Like done with this whole fucking office. Don't you oh, actually do that. Yeah, I need none of this wood is real. I can't knock on anything. It's all clean, cable managed, tidy, and working. Everything.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, just nothing is. It's like if you look at my mixer setup, you see the power cables are bunched up and shot off to the side. None of the audio cables are like touching each other. They're all just fucking in line.
Wow.
And it's working. So today was I spent another cable management takes forever no matter what you do. Like it just takes so long. When the next setup, if I have a room that's big enough, I will have my setup in the middle of the room so that I can walk around to the back and do what I need to do. I'm so sick of leaning over monitors and reaching around and going on. I'm so done with it. So I'm going to have a setup that's in the middle of the room so I don't have to deal with that anymore.
See,
what?
That's why the desk I built, all the wires are running into like a secret panel. I have a door and it's open.
And it's right
all
there.
of it's hidden. You don't see a single wire.
Yep. That's how I'd like to do it.
I actually dreamed like it would be awesome to have like a room like this size. Like I don't need anything bigger. Like I would love to have like a bookshelf and a couch behind me at some point. But like if I had like a closet on the other side of whatever room I was in, and I would put my PCs and like everything and just run the wires through the wall and have all the heat and noise in there and just have my my peripherals, my monitors, and I'd probably keep my audio equipment out here. But even your monitors, you don't realize how much heat your monitors put off, and audio equipment, and plus your lights and blah blah blah. But yeah, one day I'll be in a place where I'm not going to have, or even like that's kind of like common practice with sound booths. All the electronics are technically outside the room, and you just run the wires in. So one day indeed.
Instead of, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but because of the changes that Twitch made to their upload caps, I was able to, instead of being forced to upgrade my streaming PC, I can just keep the low CPU preset I'm using in OBS, crank the bitrate, and it looks like okay. It looks good. It's not quite 60 frames, but it's still better than 30. It runs smooth. It looks good. So I had some money left over because I was about to drop like $500 on a Ryzen setup in order to replace the streaming PC that I had. But I just took some of that money. I put it away. I picked up a compressor. I picked up some XLR cables, some other cables that I needed just to like fine tune all of the audio. And now everything's just set up and it's done and it's working and I'm super happy. So I finally got a hardware compressor. I went without one for about a month. You could definitely tell that I was not using a compressor. I'm sorry. Thank you for putting up with all of that. The one in OBS worked
so much better,
really well, but
it did.
If I wasn't,
it was beautiful.
Yeah. So if you guys are streaming and you want to add some crisp compression to your audio, go into the OBS studio settings, add a compression filter to your mic, and it will immediately sound. And there's barely any latency. It sounds like a hardware compressor, at least to my untrained ear. But that's just one thing that's free that you can do now to increase your vocal quality in OBS.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. Like it sounded almost better to me than an actual hardware compressor. Like But like, unless your audio is going through OBS, like nobody else would hear it. Unfortunately, that's the downside. Everybody in OBS or Skype or whatever would be like, "Oh my god, it sounds so bad."
Yeah. Oh my god, people like,
oh my god,
I would be playing on other people's streams, and people would be like, "Who the fuck are you playing with?" Like, that's Naaackers. Like, what? Wait, what? How is that possible?
Who the fuck is this asshole?
Salty, you look like a tomato.
I was fucking around with the white balance again, and I was on the wrong bar.
I was about to ask Naaackers if he's wearing makeup because you look so goddamn.
The color
pink.
intensity is super high.
Yeah, holy shit.
Look like a fucking tomato.
I'm a tomato. Reminds me of that one Snapchat that you had, Robot.
It's like the funniest fucking thing ever.
I remember that.
I'm a
I hope you
tomato.
have that saved somewhere.
Oh fuck.
So yeah, bought the new compressor, reset up all the audio. Cable management today took me probably a good 4 hours. And I thought I was going to have to undo it because my webcam was flickering like crazy and was not working properly. But for now, it's good. And I'm not even fucking going back there for months. I'm not even going to, like, if somebody says, even if, like, I'm like, oh my God, I can afford a new streaming PC. Nope. I'm fucking waiting. I'm not touching anything. Good. It's good. Good. That's kind of it as far as non-gaming stuff for me these past 2 weeks. I know something happened, and the person who was involved in that said thing is like, "Oh my God, you forgot." I'm sorry, my brain is not fit for remembering these kind of things.
Oh my God.
Oh my fucking God.
Decided dick.
Let's get some shit.
Get some shit. All right, let's move on to the next part of the show. What games have we been playing or streaming recently? SaltySam, what up?
I haven't been streaming shit, and I was thinking about streaming tomorrow, but I've got night shift tomorrow night, so it's gonna be a fucked up night anyway. So we'll see about that. I'll probably wait until morning to see how I feel. But all I've been playing lately has been Ghost Recon Wildlands. That game is fucking fun as shit. And I don't even really, I've just now started doing the missions. Play a lot with Coyote and Thunder and Thunder's brother Ing. And we've been doing a lot of the missions back to back to back. But the first thing I did was find all the guns I wanted, all the accessories I wanted. Because they're already on the map. You just have to fucking go get them. So you can either go through the missions and find all the shit when you go to the different places, or you can just look online and see where the shit you want is, and there's maps posted everywhere. So I was like, fuck it.
Cheap.
Went straight out, got MSR, got the fucking 6X scope, then went and found the HMI, which is just, it's a fucking Barrett 50 cal is all it is.
Damn.
If you get that gun, it is the most fun gun on the fucking planet because you can put whatever scope you want on it. It takes a little while to in between reloads, especially if you have to reload the cartridge, like the whole magazines, and it's only 5 bullets per mag, but it can one-shot fucking helicopters out of the air. If you don't have a silencer on it, which you can take the silencer on and off mid-play, like mid-mission, and then you just fucking, you can shoot helicopters down, you can blow cars up, one fucking bullet. It's the greatest thing on the face of the earth.
Did you just stab?
Yes.
Really?
That was so casual.
I was just smelling my pit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I have not seen anything about Wildlands. I saw Robot stream it a little bit, but that is the most that I have seen about the game. Is it like Battlefield where it's like 68 player servers where it's just deathmatch? What is it?
Right now it's just single player or co-op. So it can be up to 4 players co-op, or you play single player with 3 AI.
They're brain dead AI though. You don't want to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they take commands, so if you know not to let them do anything on their own, they're good.
Yeah. So it's like open world, So like you start in a section of the map and like you have to beat that territory's like boss. So you do these like main missions to get through and like take out the main boss, and then you move to another section of the map. But every mission, whether it's a moving mission or if it's like you're attacking a base or you're recovering intel or you're stealing a plane to give to the rebels, like it's all can be done either balls to the wall. You can do it stealthy, like you can choose your play style with your teammates. And it was a lot of fun. I streamed the closed beta and the open beta both with HP LaserJet, and we just had a fucking blast. Like sometimes, like some days we were amazing, some days we were just awful and we couldn't do anything, but it was a lot of fun. And the game came out and I didn't buy it even though I wanted to. I was just kind of waiting a little bit. I just bought it yesterday, so I'm going to be playing and streaming it here shortly.
So it's still in beta?
No, it's full release. It's out.
Okay.
It's out. Yeah, the open and closed beta was like a month and a half, maybe.
Okay. By the way, did you install your new router already?
Yes.
Okay. For your video is stuttering like crazy, and
really
your audio is it's like your audio is dropping frames as well. Like there's tiny little things that are going.
Holy shit! Yeah, it was my ping spiked for a little bit.
Okay. I mean, you good now?
Oh, maybe Steam's downloading something or Origin.
Okay. God damn.
God damn it.
You Steam.
Got to get that
All
good
right.
on fire, Barda.
You telling me if it's good? All right. It's like it goes up and down, but it's only showing like a ping of like 17 or 18. So is it still bad?
It's stuttering a little bit. It's like every 5 to 6 seconds, it's like a couple frame droppage.
Okay.
But
We'll
I feel like right now, like every year around the March, April time, I have issues with my internet. And I think it's just because the temperature of the earth is fucking going from one to the other, and shit's just fucked up everywhere. And I don't know why. It's just always around this time I just have more and more internet issues, and then they just stop.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll try and let it pass.
Oh. Where were we? Salty? That was you?
We were with Salty. I
Yeah.
think he's done.
Yep, I'm done. Wildlands. That's it.
I'm intrigued. I've seen a lot of play from Robot streaming it. I just didn't know what it was about, but I like that. I mean, I'm always looking for more single player games to get into, and if you guys are both saying you like it, then I'll probably like it.
Well, and the best thing is you can go in and out of single and co-op.
Oh,
So I can play by myself and go and do all the bullshit, like item farming and going and getting guns, and then I can join up with whoever else, no matter what level they are. And then we can play together on the same file. So
okay. Gunplay and stuff is all pretty good. Like weapons are accurate and stuff.
yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
When I played that game, I noticed that I didn't like it, but I didn't like playing by myself. I believe it's a game you want to play with your friends. So it being a single player game you want to play by yourself, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
But if you have friends to play with, it's a blast.
Well, I've said since I started streaming, I only play single player games if I stream them, because I can't play single player games by myself. I'm just like, I'm incapable of doing it now.
Yeah.
All right. Speed Dickle?
I have not played a single thing. Since the last cop show, I have not even I've logged into Steam, but I haven't even logged into a game or anything.
Holy shit.
Like I said, when I get home, I'm either going straight to bed.
He logged into Discord to call me a bitch last night.
I do that
Literally,
to everybody.
I
What are you
logged on
talking
Discord and
about?
was
about
like,
to say.
bitch.
I've gotten random fucking Discord calls while I'm at work at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, this must be important. Answer, you're a bitch. Click.
You know,
I do that to everybody.
2 days ago, I'm sitting there and I'm in Discord. I'm just hanging out. I get a call from Nimbus. I'm like, oh man, I haven't gotten a call from Nimbus in a really long time. Pick up, click. I'm like, motherfucker!
Was it through Steam? He does that to me all the
No,
time.
it
He'll
was
call me
through
through Steam and
Discord.
everything.
He's such a cunt.
But it's been so long since he's done it, and it's been so long since I've talked to him that I was like, oh, this must be important. Like, he's been waiting months and months and months, and he finally fucking got me.
Just to fuck with you.
Oh, bastard.
That's funny.
Got him.
So no games at all. Speed.
I've been looking for something that piques my interest. I just haven't found it yet.
No fun, like just like by yourself masturbation games that nothing.
No.
All right, I got some games that you can play. I'll hook you up.
What's that game that hockey players play together where they basically like chug NyQuil and then see who can jerk off before they fall asleep?
What?
Come on. Do we have any Canadians in chat? Hockey?
Help
I
us
could have
out.
sworn there was like something like where these guys would like.
I don't know if that's
it
hockey.
was NyQuil or
Sounds like something to get into a fucking fraternity.
or sleeping pills, and then everybody has to like jerk
Pound
off
like
before they
800
fall asleep.
Benadryl. Try
You're
to
just
beat
gonna
off
wake up with
before
your
you
dick
knock
in
out.
your hand?
Yeah. Yep.
What was I doing last night?
Come
Why am I
and, like,
raw?
20 dudes just everywhere with dicks in their hand, like
Everybody's
Come
just
on.
staring at each other. Ugh.
what?
Josh, our old buddy Rob, would always make a joke. Like I would always, like, I worked with our friend, and I would like get in the van in the morning, and I'd be like, hey, you know, what's going on, man? He'd be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Go, I'm good. What you up to? He's like, nothing. You know, last night I popped a couple Tylenol PM, and I tried to see if I could jerk off while I fell asleep, and I couldn't. And he would just go like months and months. He's like, yeah, I still can't do it. I fall asleep every single time. All right. BadBadRobot.
As far as games I've been playing, so I got a hold of a 10-hour free trial of Mass Effect Andromeda on Origin, and I played and streamed all 10 hours of those. And I'm not a big RPG player, role-playing game. Yeah,
RGP. Damn it! I wanted to see if I could get it. I was like,
I almost believed you, you cocksucker. Almost. So I'm not great at those games, but thank God I streamed them because chat helped me so much. People who had played the Mass Effect series and then people who had already been playing Andromeda, and they were helping. It was fun. It's a beautiful game. It's cinematic. I will say the facial animations are kind of jarring. Like, that was the first thing I noticed, and everyone's like, yeah, that's everybody's complaint right now.
Gotta use the default.
Apparently you got to use the default like boy or girl character, or else like it looks really robotic. And I'll even say something I noticed, it's not just the faces. I think something that makes the faces more apparent and robot, like when you're talking to somebody in game and you have a dialogue going between you and another character, like their body doesn't move. They're kind of stuck in a position. They're not like moving their hands when they're talking or swaying left and right. It's very like still robotic looking. So that's kind of jarring. But at the same time, with a game that's been in development that long and is that big and has that much content, and it's just like, you can't do everything right. And if facial animations is the weakest part about it, like maybe that's not horrible. I don't know. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to buy it or not. I actually put up a stream or a poll for the people in my community, like, hey, would you guys want to see me play this or not? And right now it's like half and half. There's been like 30 votes. Some people like watching me play it. Some people don't. And I said this before, like, I don't know if it's because like I suck at RPG games and they're like, oh my God, this is painful to watch. And I'm just like, dirty. Or if it's like, they just don't really care about the Mass Effect series, you know?
okay.
I just had a flashback when, back in the day, I think it was GSM Weekly, and I must have like peeled a bottle label off, and then we were talking, and I lifted my hands like this, and it totally looked like I had a blunt in my hand, like during the show, and I just. I don't know why that just popped into my head, but
because you were like this, and it was a GIF, and I'm just, and you were like, who photoshopped a blunt in my hand?
Where did that come from? Anyways, well, it got hot.
Hot clit.
So, hot clit. Mass Effect. Also played I've been playing a shit ton of Battlegrounds. Not only the closed beta, but I bought early access. I've been playing it nonstop. I've been doing a lot of solos by myself, like really trying to focus, no distractions, and I've picked up 4 wins so far. Winner, chicken dinner. I'm so fucking proud of myself. Today, I got my last 2 wins during the stream today, and my last win, like I had 5 kills, and we're like out in the middle of this field, and basically all I had was an M16 and a red dot, and I had just watched like the 2 guys that were against, like one had like an ACOG at least, and the other guy had an SKS. Like I was totally outmatched. Ended up killing them. Well, I let them kill each other, and then I got the last kill, but it was good. The game's very satisfying, horribly optimized.
That
if you like
SKS,
H1Z1. You know what? I can't hit shit with that.
I can hit shit with that gun.
I can't. I'm either AKM is like hit or miss, and I feel like the M416 is like that's my gun. Like that's my gun I can get kills with. So Battlegrounds is a lot of fun. I can't wait to see that game optimized on high settings, running at 100 frames per second. That'll be. And can we just take a moment to realize that this game already has more weapons than H1Z1,
mm-hmm.
and it just came out,
yep.
and they already released a new gun. Anyways, I love H1Z1, but God bless. I tried playing more H1Z1 today, and it was awful. I lost any skill I had in that game is gone. Rip. I got like by the end of the match, I got a few kills, but it was awful. Played Drawful 2 with my stream. That was a lot of fun. I picked up this game on Steam sale called Trials Fusion. And it's a kind of like a dirt bike game, but basically all you're doing is controlling. It's like a side 2D game with some 3D elements, but you're basically like doing all these crazy jumps and flips, and you have to keep your balance with leaning. And I was just like, how did I not know about this game before? Or at least like, why does it have a name like Trials Fusion? Like that doesn't tell me anything about this game. And like, it's probably why I haven't found it before, but it's a lot of fun. I've been playing in the background. Purchased Ghost Recon Wildlands, haven't played it yet, not the full release. I bought Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was on sale this week on Steam, haven't played it yet. And as far as games, that's pretty much it. What?
It's the only Assassin's Creed I've ever finished.
Yeah, and that's what I keep hearing. So I was like, well, they're all on sale, but I tried playing the first one and it was horrible. So
you need to play 2, Brotherhood and Revelations together. Those, in my opinion, the Ezio trilogy is the best. Black Flag, I thought wasn't an Assassin's Creed game. It could have been more of a pirate, its own pirate game. You were never an assassin in that game. Which that's all I'm gonna go from there. You're gonna be confused with the story. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna be really confused.
Okay. Do I get to kill people on a pirate ship?
I mean, you get to kill people, but since you started with Black Flag, you're gonna be confused with some other elements of the game.
Oh, okay. I got you. So yeah, I got that. I think I played a little bit of Rainbow Six here and there. And that's about it. Something that's kind of exciting. I had my 4-year anniversary on Twitch last weekend. 4 years. And what's even crazier is because like I was streaming on the GSN channel before I even created my own personal channel. So I looked back at the Twitch info information. I registered the GSN account in 2011. And I was just like, whoa, like that seems like so far away.
6 years.
So yeah, 6 years of like fucking around on Twitch. Never thought I'd be here. That's for sure.
I remember playing Trials as a in-browser Flash game in like middle school and high school.
Really?
Where they knew how to block it on the
There
computers.
there was that and Bush Shootout that I played a shit ton on Miniclip.
Yeah, dude,
Bush
mini clip for
Shootout.
days.
Bush Shootout.
That
you
fucking
gotta play
Archer
this
game.
with the apple and shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
You just had to like loop the fucking shots over the wall and shit.
Yeah, I never played Trials, but it's like an Ubisoft game, and it was kind of like ridiculous. Like you're going through the level, shit's exploding, the track is changing, there's like unicorns flying in the background. Like it's very silly. It's not a very serious game. Very arcadey.
Yeah, it was, and like if you go and look at how that game looked back then, it's like, because it's 3D now, but back then it was like this 2D, very pixelated, like dirt bike side scroller. But oh my god, that was so much fun. I remember jamming that.
But it's funny, like I like just like 2 years ago, it was this game on iPhone called like Dirt Hill Racing or something, and it was so similar to Trials. It's like same sort of thing. It's a 2D track, and you have to like you have balance so you don't like flip over. If you flip over your dad, you have to do it all over again. So and it's really fun. Like I could spend hours on that. But that's it for the games I played.
I'm trying to find screenshots of what it used to look like. Because, it just like, it looks so good now compared to how it used to look. I don't think... Salty could confirm or deny. I don't think it looked like this. I'll throw it in chat. That looks like a knockoff game.
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's it?
That's different.
That's a different level. That's probably a level I've never gotten to that level. I always die on the first one.
Yeah, I remember inside like wooden planks and barrels and tires and shit stacked up like that. Yeah, this looks like probably way farther than I was ever able to get. But yeah, super fun game. Like that I consider that like a roguelike where it's like you fucking start over every single time. It's like a lot of practice and a lot of trial and error.
I bought it for
cussing.
like $5-10 or something. So
not bad.
It's fun. Like if I can get 10 hours of enjoyment out of it, worth it.
Worth.
Did
you buy the Happy Wheels 3D game?
Yes.
You did? Okay.
Guts and Glory.
Yeah.
I played one level and I was like, oh,
really? Oh man.
Yeah. I really wasn't that impressed. I think it loses its fun when it's 3D. The only time I laughed is when I drove by this archer and he shot like 10 arrows into my baby. That was in the back seat of my bike. He was like, and he falls out the back seat. Yeah.
The fucking
that was the only
ragdoll.
time I laughed. Yeah, the ragdoll was pretty funny.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
By the way, I added Battlegrounds to the gaming and streaming news and discussion because I want to take a good chunk of time to talk about that game.
Okay. By the way, is my video still stuttering?
Oh yeah.
Should I just turn off the cam real quick and come back?
No, because you're gonna offset the whole overlay, and if you don't come back, it'll all be fucked.
But I'll be back. Okay, fine.
I'll be back. All right. Is that it for you?
That's it
for gaming.
Yep.
As far as myself, shit ton of streaming. Streamed. Today is officially day 23 of March Madness, and we still have a whole another week to go. So we're actually gonna hit 30 days of streaming. Obviously, there's gonna be some bleeding before March and after March. Just been streaming nonstop. Rocket League, been playing a good bit of Rocket League lately. Played with the crew last night. It was super fun. The new competitive season for Rocket League is open right now. It's season 4, I think, 3 or 4, I can't remember. And so we've been playing competitive, but there's also a new Rocket League game mode called Drop Shot, which is a shit ton of fun. Like when when hockey came out, we played it for a little bit and then fucking fell off. And then basketball came out. I played half of one game, never played basketball ever again. But this new Drop Shot Rocket League mode is fun. And if you haven't played it, you pretty much have an octagon field and you have to play hot potato. You know, you don't want to let the ball hit on your side of the court. So it's an entire arena divided in red and blue. If the opposing team hits the ball and it hits the ground on your side, a bunch of tiles light up. The more force the ball was hit with, the more tiles that light up on the floor. If the ball hit by the opposite team hits those same tiles again, the floor disappears. So you can still drive on it, but the ball can fall through the floor, and that's the goal. So the goal is never the same size and is never in the same place, and you have to aerial dunk it into the goal in order to make a shot. So it's totally different. It throws off all, team building exercises you've done for the past year, but a lot of fun. So if you guys have not played Drop Shot, give it a shot. My dad joke of the day. Have you not seen that video that I've shown on stream? It's the title of the video is Dad Trying to Keep Up with the Trends. And it's like this guy acting as a dad trying to do all of like these dance moves that are like modern generation.
I've never seen this.
It's so fucking funny. Somebody please find that video for me and give it to Robot, or else.
Can we get a cool story, Bob, in chat, please?
Fuck you, bro. All right. It's funny. It's so funny. But anyways, anytime you hear me laugh like that, that's me doing my dad. It's the last time I send you a video, cunt. Anyways, as far as games, even though it has been performing horribly, I've been playing a lot of Battlegrounds. It's got this weird crack cocaine addiction to it. Having a lot of fun with it. Playing, like when I get salted out of Battlegrounds, I just go back and play H1Z1. I still like H1Z1. There are two different games, two different paces. So I can go back. There's just sometimes where I crave the go of H1Z1 compared to Battlegrounds. So still playing a little bit of H1Z1, continuously playing Dying Light, still co-oping that with Manweenie. We play golf with your friends, and Mount Your Friends for party night 2 weeks ago. Also been playing a good bit of Overwatch. We did Overwatch this past Friday, which, first of all, I have never lost so many matches consecutively as I did last Friday in Overwatch. I think the final number was 13 matches lost in a row. In a row. Chat could probably tell I was so fucking salty inside.
Tilted off the planet.
Yeah, no amount of alcohol could have made me feel good about how many times we lost. And we were just getting fucked. I think Kalnohe was the only person prestiged on our team. He was double prestiged. We played a match where every single player on the opposing team was triple prestige. It's like, how do we get matched up with that? That makes no sense. So we played 14 rounds of quick play in a row, lost them all. I think the number was 14, 11, 12, 13, 14, one of those. It was definitely more than 10. We played one round of competitive and blew them out of the water, and then lost our next two competitive matches. And I was like, fuck it, I'm done.
I can't take it anymore.
Were you guys playing in a team of 6?
5.
Or 5? Okay. It is my observation that when you play with a full team or 5 people, you are going to get butt fucked. If you are playing, especially if you're playing with new people, you will get matched with people that are good enough to play with the top guy in your team. And it just, most of the time, you just get shit on.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Got shit on. And like, it's not like I'm an awful Overwatch player. I'm not good by any means, but god damn, like I can keep up in a first person shooter. All right. I can do things if I'm Soldier. But it wasn't happening. But for the first hour, we played the arcade mode where every time you die, you play a new character. That's really cool. Had a lot of fun with that, but goddamn, is it difficult because there was at least 10 heroes that I had never played before. So I'm like, oh my god, what's this right click? What's left click? What's my shift? It was all really bad.
Did you find a character that you surprisingly liked that you haven't tried before? Or did you fucking hate them all?
I hated that I felt retarded because I didn't know how to play anybody. Like, everybody's weapons are different. Everybody's trajectory of their weapons is different. Orisa, wholly overpowered. Oh my God. I was getting like 15, 20 kill streaks just camping with her. It's insane.
She's got a lot of bells and whistles.
Yep. But it was fun. Sombra, I kind of got a kick out of playing, just going invisible and sneaking up behind people. But the amount of times I tried to sneak up and then they just turn around and one-shot me a lot. I don't know. I was intoxicated at that point already, and I just couldn't fathom trying to take in all of these new people and their abilities. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm just gonna, like, I might even do a couple streams where I only do that game mode just so I can get familiar with all the different heroes, because I want to get better at the game. I'm not gonna play it competitively or anything, but I want to get better so that if you know, there's a need to play a character that I'm not good at, I can do it without sucking completely.
What you need to do is go in the training and at least go and practice. Not really practice, but find out what everybody's skills, what they do. That'd help out a lot. That's what I did. So I'm not going to say I'm good at everybody, but I know what works and how to play that certain hero.
Yeah, I played with Orisa for like half an hour in the training center before I went out in the public and messed around with her.
Needs a serious nerf. A serious fucking nerf. Her gun is way too overpowered. Her clip is way too large. She can deploy shields way too fast. She can heal herself. Her DPS is just off the charts, so that it's fun to just absolutely destroy people with her, but it's not fair whatsoever.
There's a way around it, I believe. It's just haven't been found out yet. And they still got to fix her and get her where she's not as OP, but
yeah,
it's all in time.
Other than that, I picked up Metro Last Light and 2033 for $7 on Steam, thanks to your post and the hot deals. Hot deals!
Hot deals!
So I think that's gonna be the next single player game that I stream. Will be Metro 2033, because I've heard a lot of good things. Robot, I remember that's one of the first games that you played back in the day. So it's
streamed,
something I want to get onto because it looked like super fun. And the other ones that I remember watching you play was the Wolfenstein games. I really want to play those too.
Yeah,
those look fun.
Wolfenstein. There was New Territory, and then I think a New Order. Both of those were really good. One's like a full out like $60 game, and the other one was like a $20 game. But like its campaign was just as like epic. It was still a really long game. It was like surprisingly fun. I'm hopeful that like Doom was so good, and I hope they do another Wolfenstein on the Doom engine because it was beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Still haven't played Doom. Good. Should I?
Oh my god!
Really?
It was so fun. Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually the first game I played and streamed with my dual PC setup. And the game is just so. Now I don't know about on your computer. Your computer might start shooting out dust.
Yeah,
but it was just so much fun. I loved it.
I think now, because I'm actually starting to feel like my gaming PC is falling behind, because it's coming up on 4 years old. Like the core of my PC, other than my GPU, is 4 years old. So I think I'm just gonna swoop in for a 7700K and a new motherboard and some RGB RAM, and then just take my
god,
yeah, and then just take whatever's in my gaming PC and just make that my streaming PC, because I'm starting to feel the lag a little bit with this gaming PC, so I think it's about time to make an upgrade. That is it for me regarding games, and moving right along to gaming and streaming news. Chat, during the week, if you guys want to submit any gaming, streaming, or tech-related news for us to discuss on the show every other week, there is a news channel in the Naaackers Discord. So we have people that provide articles for us to discuss all throughout the 2 weeks. So I want to give a shout out to G for Greg, Gravity Gaming, Good Bowler, Killer, and Matt Weenie for submitting the some of the news articles that we are going to be talking about on the show tonight. So first up, these are just a couple just so you know articles. Links will be posted in chat in case you guys want to follow up on any of these. First one being Microsoft turns off Windows 7 and 8 updates for Kaby Lake. Kaby? I can't remember. I can't ever remember. I think it's Kaby Lake. Kaby Lake.
I like Kaby.
I like Kaby too. Kaby baby. And Kaby Lake and Ryzen-based computers. Microsoft has a soft keylogger auto-enabled in Windows 10. Corsair RGB RAM is now available. And Blizzard announces StarCraft remaster set for summer release. So the only one that I want to touch on real quick is the first two that involve Microsoft. First one being that Microsoft is turning off Windows updates for Windows 7 and Windows 8 for anybody that are using a Kaby Lake or a Ryzen CPU. They're just done updating that operating system because these chips are so new. So if you're thinking about upgrading your PC to either one of these current generation chips, just know you're going to be using Windows 10 no matter what. Because if you decide to use Windows 8 instead of Windows 10, you are a monster and you deserve to be a console gamer. I said it. I said it.
7.
Well,
Are you on 7?
Salty is. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. Is like if you upgrade and you choose to go to 8 instead of going to 10 because you just really don't want 10, bad move.
It's really not about 10. 8 was just such garbage, and to get the ultimate edition of Windows 10, it's fucking retarded expensive. So
It is stupid. I remember the only reason I bumped up to Windows 8 was because when the Battlefield 4 beta came out, like people were reporting such better performance on Windows 8 because they had enabled DX10 support. So I was like, oh, fuck it.
Yep.
I don't care. And the Windows 8 was okay. It was a big change, but I think Windows 10 kind of brings kind of the like it felt like Windows 8 was like half new, half old, and I feel like Windows 10 is kind of like finishing up like all the settings, all the control panels, blah blah blah. They're making it, different.
As a whole,
The styles match.
yeah, exactly. As a whole, Windows 10 is definitely my favorite. I still hate how much information they want to collect from you by default. I hate how they want you to have a Microsoft account as a login and not a local account. Like, there's certain things that they're pushing that I don't agree with, but as a base operating system for a gaming computer, it's pretty good. It's definitely my favorite. There's so many features that are in Windows 10 that make my daily life a lot easier as a gamer compared to Windows 7. So I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then the second thing, this Microsoft has a soft keylogger. So they're not, it's obviously illegal to have a keylogger that picks up every single keystroke for a computer, but they're collecting data from things that you're typing. They're kind of using an algorithm to collect data on the things that you're typing. There is a way that you can shut that off. So make sure if this is something that you guys care about, follow the link, go into your settings and turn that off. For those of you who aren't really familiar, when you install Windows 10 for the first time, when you're going through the initial install, there's an option to go with default settings or to customize your privacy settings. Always, always, always customize your privacy settings at the beginning of a Windows 10 install. Turn off every single fucking thing that says send information to Microsoft. You don't need it. They're not even send us your error so we can help. Fuck you. No, you don't need any of that shit. Turn it all off. And the guide that Salty posted in chat will help you get to that. And can I get a hell yeah for RGB RAM? Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
I'm fucking all about things that glow. Absolutely.
Oh, and I have the Corsair Dominator RAM, which I think is the best looking RAM out there. And I'm seriously thinking about going and just for my gaming PC, because I already have the Hue in there. I've got the Kraken, like everything's RGB. If I can do RAM too,
why the fuck wouldn't you?
Exactly. So good.
And you guys have any points regarding these four just so you know articles?
other than the Microsoft ones being complete bullshit. I mean, the KB Lake one, I understand.
Yeah.
Why the fuck they were getting ready? What's it? 2022 is the last year for Windows 7 updates. I think it's either that or 2019, something like that.
Yeah, it's around there.
I don't blame them for not wanting to update with a brand new chipset, especially one that seems like it's going to be very popular.
Yeah.
So, fuck them.
Fuck them.
I mean, it's a power play, but it's their shit.
Yeah,
they can do whatever they want.
All right. First up on the gaming and news channel, Battlegrounds. Let's talk about it. From top down, let's just go your general experience, your thoughts about the game, and we can just kind of bounce off each other with this.
I've pretty much played. I think I've maybe played 5 matches during the beta, all of which were on duos, and it's all right. I think they need to mute every other person on the planet all the time by default.
Yeah.
Like those fucking lobbies are just cancer on Earth.
Yeah.
Yes, there.
It's Kavala Square.
Why
shoot me now?
Why do they think having VoIP in a lobby where all 100 people are in the same area is a good idea? What is the point?
Fucking stupid.
China number one. China number one.
Oh my god! And then you get in the plane and people are like, oh man, I got this. What's the most racist, demoralizing thing I can say to these fellow people I'm about to hunt down and kill?
It's bad.
Yep.
It's really bad. Some of the shit you hear in there, and it's all white kids. Like, god damn it, white people, would you step your game up?
Check your privilege, white people. God.
Stop making us look so bad.
Your fucking life handed to you on a silver platter, and you got to make us look fucking awful.
Jesus Christ.
But
I can picture you. Long hair, pimples, glasses, and skinny as can be, a little punk kid gonna slice him up. What about speed, momentum, Vaseline?
What's worse is those shitty people probably have the biggest dicks. Like totally not fair. Fucking sharesies, please. They don't even get to use them. It's wasted merchandise.
Oh my god.
Cannot speak from experience.
Oh my god. Is that it?
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a good time with it. It's got some growing pains. The optimization thing's terrible, but I don't know. I'm just so used to H1Z1. I don't know the map enough. I don't, to just play it fluidly without having to think about it. But I'll give it a chance. I haven't bought it yet. So we'll see. I'm going to wait until the optimizations take hold, because if they don't fix it to where I can get above 45, 50 frames without dumbing the game down to nothing, then I don't really have interest in playing it.
Yeah.
I haven't played it at all. I've watched a lot of people play it. It looks interesting. I just don't want to drop the money on it. There's a lot of games coming out, and I'm not sure which ones I want to get.
I played the whole closed beta the few weeks. As someone who's played the Arma Battle Royale, I've played H1Z1. Battlegrounds is like right in between. It's not arcadey. It's more realistic. It's slower paced, but it's not Arma slow and clunky. Arma was like, it was a great like proof of concept, especially because it was so open with modding. But like Arma was so complicated. Like there was literally a keybind for every single key on the keyboard by default. It could do so much. And Battlegrounds is kind of like that, but it's just stripped just to the stuff you need. Its inventory system's really nice, if the servers are running good and like everything's, according to plan. If the server lags, you can feel it. It affects performance, affects opening doors, picking up loot. It's fun. It's slower paced than H1, which is nice. You have to be very careful. It's not like if someone starts shooting at you, you can do like a 360 run, jump, get out of the way. If you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere and someone starts shooting at you, you're probably dead.
Mhm.
You have to play the game super tactically, which I really like. Like, I love the arcadiness, like being able to drive up to someone at 60 miles an hour, jump out of my car and shock them in the face. You cannot do that in this game. And me and Naaackers learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Like the first time we streamed it, we're going towards the crate. I see a car. I jump out, insta down. He jumps out of the car. We're both dead.
Killed ourselves.
I bet that guy looked at them. Look at them H1 players.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Those
much.
fucking noobs.
They're actually changing that in H1. They're making it so you can't jump out of high-speed vehicles in H1.
Really?
Yeah, that's currently in testing right now in the test server.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, because
like, it's kind of bullshit.
I've like done so many times where I launch my car in another direction to distract them, and I'm just flying through the air, fucking shooting. It is BS. It is fun though.
I like the guns. I like the gunplay, except the ump. Fuck the ump.
Fuck it.
Pretty
Hit
much
registration is surprisingly good, unless someone shoots you with a shotgun from close range, and then your FPS goes to. Why does that always happen when I'm talking?
God damn it. I don't even know what I did. I don't even remember moving my hand. I just opened my eyes and my fucking mic was in my mouth.
Wow.
Can we get a clip, chat?
No!
And get some.
No!
And can we get some cool story bobs in chat, please, too, as well, while we're at it.
They're gonna make a compilation of you just hitting yourself in the face.
The ghost who fucks with all of my audio at night is also making all of my drinks because I can't feel anything right now.
Wow.
I can't feel my face.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, robot. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Okay, fine.
Are you getting pizza? Oh.
No, she wanted me to feel how soft her skin was.
How was your pizza today, though?
Wow, so soft.
Those aren't my hands.
What else about Battlegrounds? As long as the performance of the server is good, you're gonna have a good game. Gunplay's fun. Guns are. I really like how sights are interchangeable between multiple weapons. Same thing with like foregrips, and that makes it super easy. The drag and drop nature of the inventory. After playing H1, I was kind of pissed that you couldn't pick up like multiple like vests or multiple helmets or stuff like that. And now I'm kind of okay with it. I've played it long enough where it's more tactical. If you lose your helmet, well, maybe you shouldn't have been standing out in the open,
Yep.
you know, shooting your gun. It's the adrenaline you get from that game is like, I think it's like 2 or 3 times more than I've ever had with H1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I just think it's because it's clunky. And sights. If someone has an ACOG and you have a red dot, oh fuck.
Yeah. It's a challenge.
It's gonna be rough, Tim's. In H1, you don't have scopes. It's just the gun. It's either just the AK or the AR. The only thing that has a scope is the sniper rifle.
42 is the only one that has scopes.
Hey. Yo, Canadian dick all day.
Yeah.
So overall, for an early access, it's fun. It is super popular to play. It is super popular to watch on Twitch. I think all weekend it was beating out every other game on Twitch. Everybody was playing it. Everybody. Like Friday night, I turned on Twitch. I didn't end up streaming. Was it Friday or Saturday? Every single person I followed was playing Battlegrounds. Everyone. And I'm like, what? So that I think that says a lot about it. It's a huge spectator game as well as a streamer game. They can only go up from here. I think it's a good game. It's going to be even better in a couple months. And they're not even planning on being in early access for more than 6 months. That could change. But the fact that they already have their timeline, they're like 6 months. This isn't going to be like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like fucking the space
Daisy.
game or Daisy.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool that they're also going to talk about mod tools. They're going to let you run private servers. It's got a bright future. It's got a bright future.
The game as it stands now, minus the performance issues and server lag, is already a more stable game than H1. Like in early access, it's already a finished product compared to H1.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't been like, oh fuck, that guy he was cheating. Like haven't seen anybody complaining about hackers. I don't think I've ever been killed by a hacker or like a bullshit thing. I don't know. I kind of think you run into that in H1 more than usual.
I've only had one instance where I thought it was a hacker. And the only time I've seen anybody mention anything was the last Battlegrounds tweet. There was a bunch of replies like, okay, hackers are starting to be here. Something needs to be done. Winnie and I were playing like last night. We were running through an open field. It was like pop, pop, she was down. Pop, pop, I was down. Like maximum 4 or 5 shots were heard and we were both fucking dead. And I was like,
are you sure it wasn't a silencer?
No, because the shots weren't silenced. It was just like the number of shots I heard and how fast we both went down. I mean, could have been 2 people that were timing shots, but it was just like we were just running through a field and it was just pop, 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 pop. And then they were behind us and we were both down. I was like, that was kind of like iffy. But yeah, I've never been like, no. Because usually when you get shot and killed, you can look around and get an idea of where they're at. And you're like, yeah, I was shitty and they were better and I'm just dead. I haven't other than that one time.
After you're done, I have one more complaint.
Real quick. After we were talking shit about the in your chat, I played one round to like test the new launch parameters. Got 3 kills with the The isn't bad.
I don't get it.
When you're getting 60 frames per second. When you're trying to kill somebody with an at 15 frames per second, makes you hate the gun a lot. So
how far were you guys trying to engage people with it? Like,
it didn't matter.
Right next.
It didn't matter.
I mean, it is a submachine gun. You can't shoot at somebody 100 meters away. So.
I'm going head to head to people with sidearms and losing.
Oh, okay.
Like getting 3 to 4 shots off with getting the drop on the person and them turning around and just going pop, pop. And just going down immediately. So go ahead.
Maybe they're just better.
Like I said, I'm trash. That is not far. That is not too far off. I'm all about it.
Perfect.
Not to mention,
can change the whole field of the game.
UMPs in general in real life are really terrible on accuracy. So
so we're correct. It's a terrible gun. The only other thing I will say is I think it's bullshit that you can pick a region. I think people need to be region locked depending on their ping. One of the rounds I won a couple nights ago, I was laying on the ground looting and I saw this guy run up to me. He was in a ghillie suit, shot him in the back. He had no idea where I was. Laying on the ground is a great tactic in this game. Killed him. And when I was going back in the footage, I was kind of looking up the people I killed and I'm seeing if they were Twitch streamers. And the guy I killed in the ghillie suit was a streamer. He was in France. I was like, maybe it would have killed me, you little shit, if you were in your own servers.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm out.
Out here.
And he's like, okay. Like he didn't understand anything I was saying.
Yeah.
I was talking.
I say that I want shit to be region locked, but then I remember that there are people in the world who don't have the luxury of the United States internet infrastructure. I am more okay with a ping lock. Like if you're in another country, but you have a low enough ping to play on US servers, then cool. Because like that's how Battlefield 4 was. Like if your ping went above a certain number too often, you just got auto kicked. So
Yep.
Like I'm like, yeah, region lock, get the fuck out. But at the same time, it's like some people aren't as lucky as us, and they just want to play on good dedicated servers. So if they did like a ping restriction kind of thing, I'd be more for that. My experience with Battlegrounds has been quite bittersweet. The game, as the weekends, like the beta weekends have gone on, the game has performed worse and worse and worse for me. I average 20 to 30 frames per second at like all times. I have dips down to single digits every single match. Lobby is usually about 20 to 30 FPS. Flying, airplane, no more than 20 FPS. Parachuting in, like dropping in, no more than 30. This is with a 3rd generation i7, a 1080 and a 1080, and 12 gigs of RAM, and it's chugging so fucking hard. And this is on very low settings too, like very, very low. So I tried the launch parameters that you threw in the channel earlier today, Robot, and it's a little bit better, but the performance is really, really bad on my end. I'll play 4 rounds in a row where it's 30 to 40 frames almost all game with continuous dips into the 10s and 20s, and then there'll be one random match where I push 40 to 60 frames like the entire time, and then it just goes back to being really, really shitty. So I've been messing with it on and off nonstop for what feels like weeks now, and I just can't get the game to perform well. So I keep trying, like I keep going back to it to try it and give it a chance, try something else, try better settings, try a different parameter, and it's just not happening. I want to play the game so bad because I love it, and it's just like, no, thank you, Naaackers. Just go back to you and all your computer problems that you like to have. So I think it might be time to upgrade the gaming PC soon. As a whole, I really enjoy the game. The gunplay is great. I love the map. I love the pace. They need to do some serious fucking work with audio design. The lobby sounds, the plane sounds, the rain sounds, way too overpowering. You can't hear people sprinting outside your house, but you can hear somebody walking on the 3rd floor to the building right next to you. How that's possible, I have no fucking idea.
So loud. But other than that, the game is really good. I'm having a blast with it. Between the beta and the game right now, let's see, I've got coming up to 50 hours in Battlegrounds between the beta and the full release game. So super promising. I'm all fucking about it. They just need to do a couple things, and it's gonna work just fine for me. Any final points on Battlegrounds?
Nope.
All right, moving on next to the Twitch part of the gaming news discussion. We can we'll run through these. We can do these one by one. Rebranded Curse app released as new Twitch desktop app, currently in beta. So over the past 2 weeks, Twitch has released a desktop app for both Windows and for Mac, as well as an in-browser version of this app. It is basically an app where you can connect to Twitch, watch streams, and chat from the desktop instead of going to the website. So a couple features of this app are host your own Twitch server to connect with your community, text message and VoIP available in app, voice and video calls, desktop app and in-browser app both available, and there's no mobile versions that have been announced yet. I haven't even seen anything said about any sort of, I mean, there's obviously the Twitch app, but as far as a Twitch, I mean, I guess the Twitch app it's what?
There is an app. It's called Twitch Messenger, and it's very, very low key. I just happened to find it on accident. Yeah, it's basically
it's official.
Curse. It's official by Twitch Interactive. It's on the App Store, at least for iOS, and I think it's just pretty much a rebranded Curse client.
Twitch Messenger.
Yeah, it's called Twitch Messenger, but it like doesn't have any details. Oh, yes, it does. Twitch Messenger, formerly Curse, is the ultimate fast, secure, and free all-in-one communication made by apps for gamers. By gamers for gamers, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
So it's just a rebranded Curse app. It's purple and yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a shot. What has your guys' experience been with the Twitch app so far? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you want changed?
I haven't even bothered downloading it.
I
feel
down.
like Discord is my Twitch app.
Yeah, pretty much.
I downloaded it and I looked around a little bit. It feels kind of weird. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm used to Discord or not. But I usually just tend to, when I log on, just exit off of it because for some reason I have it in my startup.
I had to disable that too.
Same. The fact that you cannot right-click it in your desktop and quit infuriates me to no fucking end. Any app that does that just makes me so mad.
Skype bullshit.
Please don't close me.
Yeah.
No, I want to track everything you're doing.
So I downloaded it, of course, as a broadcaster. I want to see what tools are available to me. In theory, it seems cool. It literally is a rebranded like Curse client, which I didn't like the Curse client to begin with when it was just Curse. And now it's just purple. It's themed. It's got some new features. Like you can like click like for a text channel, there's Twitch chat. And if you're streaming, it kind of embeds. Like that's awesome. I think Discord could do that very easily, but I don't like the design. And it's great for Twitch streamers, but there's a lot of gaming communities that are out there that don't have a Twitch channel. So it doesn't make sense for them to have a Twitch channel server or something like that. Because I was thinking like, would we change GSN to this? No. Personally, I still like Discord better. Discord has got screen sharing and video calling coming. They've announced it. They just did search and stuff like that. It's cool, but I'm already so invested in Discord, and I love the look of it better, and everybody's already here, and it integrates with Twitch easily, and that's some of the perks. Like if someone joins your Twitch channel server, whatever, like, and they're a mod, they automatically get synced to a mod. Like you would have to do that manually in Discord, but I don't know. I think they have a long way to go. I'm sure Twitch has some other ideas. I hope this isn't something we're going to have to use in the future that's going to be mandatory. I created a channel just to reserve it, just so someone can't create one under my name and then, post, gay midget clown porn in there and think it's me.
Right.
Yeah, it's got a long way to go. I kept thinking like, why buy Curse? Why didn't you guys buy Discord? But like Discord, they're so fucking they wouldn't sell. They've already got investors. Like they've got a good thing going.
If they would, they would be making a batshit ton of money.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like if you think $4 billion for fucking Amazon or something like that, buying up little shit is a lot. Discord would make at least that.
And Discord has so much other things they're doing, like the Game Bridge thing, where they're integrating Discord into games via SDK. They've got so much developer backend stuff going too. It's just, it would take Discord shutting down forever for me to even think about switching.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And basically, I launched it. I played with it for 2 days. I took it off my startup list, and I haven't touched it since.
My first experience was downloading it on my MacBook. Mac apps just always work better than the Windows apps for the most part. But I launched it, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh man, this is cluttered and unorganized and just clunky. And yes, it's beta. But if you're going to release something in beta, you can't expect me not to go, ooh. It's like somebody would send me a message, and if I didn't have that person added in my favorites, like I had to go searching for their profile to see a message. One thing I don't like is how everything, all notifications are enabled by default. So you have to go into every single channel and unmute the ones you don't want if you don't want to mute the entire server as a whole. But I looked at it, I played with it a little bit. Couple features I'd like were obviously the integration with your channel. If you have a server and you're a streamer, those go hand in hand. You know, people get notified when you're live. They can watch from the app. You have the GIF integration. I think it's Giphy. Giphy is integrated into Curse, so you can search for GIFs and just post them right into the messenger. But one thing that Weenie said in chat that drove me insane was you could sync your Twitch profile, but you still had to edit your Twitch desktop app profile to add like an avatar and a description. It's like, what's the fucking point of having another Twitch account for just the desktop app when I have all this information put into my Twitch account already? So it seemed like it was made for Twitch, but is also at the same time like a separate entity of Twitch. So that kind of bugged me. Just the way it worked, it was just very clunky and unorganized, and I was like, nah. And it just didn't seem like there was a lot of interest from everybody's communities. Like if you looked at people's Discords compared to people's Twitch servers, the population was like fucking a 2-story building and the World Trade Center. It's just like, it's not even a fucking like competition whatsoever. Whatever the new one's called, not the old ones. That's kind of morbid, isn't it? One
World Trade.
One World Trade. That's what it is. Close enough.
Same thing.
Yeah. So there was just a couple things that were just like, and there was nothing that was like, oh, I need to use this to get these certain features that I want that I'm not getting elsewhere. It's, oh, hey, here's this other product that's cool that it's integrated, but I already am using something that is way more lightweight, doesn't annoy the shit out of me, looks way prettier, and has a dev team that I want to hug every single person who has ever worked at Discord. I just like, they are such a great group of people, and they just really care about their fan base. So I just don't care about it at all. And like I've mentioned in passing before, I'm afraid that it's going to come to the point where people are going to choose one or the other. And there's just going to be the segregation of communities. There's going to be people who use the Twitch servers, and then there's going to be people who use the Discord servers.
I think they've got a very long way to go before that ever happens.
Agreed.
Discord, just like right from the beginning, they were kind of aiming towards like smaller guild type stuff, but then they really opened up and were like, okay, big communities want to use this, Twitch streamers want to use this, and you can tell by their feature set that they really targeted those communities, and they couldn't have done it at a better time because Twitch, wanted to create their own chat client or whatever. So
I just think they pushed it too fast. I think they literally just went into the fucking code and Control F, logo, and color, and then just changed it and then threw it back out there as the curse.
Yeah.
Trying to get in the way of Discord taking their fucking market share on that shit.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So yeah, as a whole, I think general consensus from us is meh, cool. Sorry, all hail Discord because Discord is king.
Discord is God.
All right, these next 4 ones don't really kind of need any discussion unless you guys have any points that you want to add to them. First one being partnership application requirements have been updated. Twitch ups the bitrate limit for their Twitch ingest servers. Twitch navigation is getting an upgrade. And auto quality now an option when watching streams. So real quick information on 2 of these. The Twitch recommended bitrate for uploading is now 6,000 kilobits per second. So the gray area number for these uploads was 3,500, which is pretty good for a 720p stream and like just barely okay for a 1080p stream. But now that 600 kilobits per second is now open, this is huge. And then the only other thing is the partnership application requirements. For the most part, they're the same, but they dropped the 500 concurrent viewer requirement for partnership, and now they just are requiring that you stream 3 times a week on a consistent schedule, and you have a growing community. But are there any of the points that you guys want to touch on?
I don't see how I would ever be able to get anywhere close to the fucking threshold of that 6,000 kilobits a second. But I'm excited to see what people do with it, because there's definitely a shitload of people out there that can do it. And my download's good enough to where I could totally watch somebody doing it, but I can't hit the max on the old fucking max bit rate. So
okay,
I think I get like 2,300 on the regular. That's like topping out.
Okay. Yeah, I've been rolling with 600 kilobit streams for the past week or so, and it's been doing pretty well.
6,000 or 600?
Hot 600.
Hot 6,000.
6,000.
Yeah. So this was awesome, and I know they're doing this. They've improved their infrastructure, and the maximum bit rate. That was a much needed thing, because on competitor sites you could stream at a much higher bit rate. But it was like partners was like, you shouldn't go over 3,500. And if you did go over, they would like notify you and be like, hey, knock it off. You're like going to break our ingest servers. So they obviously did some server infrastructure upgrades. I've been running my past couple streams. I've been running 6,000 bit rate, and I also updated the resolution. So instead of 720p, I'm running 900p. So it's 1600 by 900, and the streams look buttery sexy. They look so good. And surprising, like before I ran that bit rate and that resolution on my like normal like scheduled streams, I did a bunch of test streams on the side, and I like thought for sure like 80% of the people were gonna be like, yeah, dude, I'm buffering, like you're gonna have to crank it down. Everybody was like, looks awesome. I'm watching on source, looks great. Like I was like so happy. I'm surprised and happy. I had one person complain of buffering. They just changed it down to high because of encoding options, and they're like, great. Another thing that's exciting that's coming is like after this, they're going to start giving you different encoding options like 1080p 60, 720p 60, 720p 30, and like kind of like more like YouTube-y, different frame rates, different resolutions instead of just like source, high, medium, low, or whatever. Mm-hmm. So a very welcome change, and it's making streams much more beautiful. I love it.
And for those that are wondering about, why 900p, it's such an odd resolution. One thing to think about is most people who watch streams on a 1080p monitor, a good chunk of that screen is taken up by chat. And so it's more common for people to have chat and the video open at one time compared to just having, just the video. And the difference between streaming 720p and 1080p when it comes to your processor is fucking huge. Like the amount of oomph that it takes to push a 1080p 60 FPS stream is just like astronomical. So that I'm glad that worked out, because I remember talking about that like a couple months ago. I'm like, yeah, somebody was talking about like a 900p stream. Like, does that make any sense? And it does, because there's an obvious quality boost from 720, and yeah, it looks crisp and fuck. So being able to push the 600 or 6,000 kilobit per second bit rate and a 900p stream at 60 frames per second just looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm all about it. The final part for the by the way, the auto quality that we were talking about, it's basically if you're watching on source and you start to buffer a lot, Twitch will automatically switch you to another more appropriate setting so that you don't get a shit ton of buffering. That's pretty much all that is. But if you guys have any...
Like YouTube.
Yeah, exactly like YouTube. So if you guys have any questions, SaltySam through the links in chat if you guys want to get more information. And the last part of the Twitch crates have officially been announced. The last time on the show, we talked about how Twitch was going to start announcing... going to start selling video games through Twitch, so you would actually be able to buy video games using the Twitch platform. Developers get a kickback, streamers get a kickback, So now if you spend over $5 on any purchase, you get a Twitch crate. So if you spend more than $5, you get a crate. These crates have chat badges, emotes, and or a surprise number of bits. Apparently there's going to be some like badges and emotes that you can only get in Twitch crates. Some of them are extremely rare, some of them are extremely common. So it's going to kind of add a cool little a little aspect to Twitch. Twitch crates lotto.com.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But I mean, I hate the environment that surrounds crates and everything that's happened in our past, but I still like sort of enjoy crates and the cosmetic items that you can get from shit. I'm excited to see what they do with this, because like if you get a super rare emote from, I'm gonna be geeked as fuck.
Golden
for rare
Kappa.
emotes. Yeah.
Now, you said every $5 you get a crate. What games are they going to be selling on Twitch for? I mean, of course, you should be getting a crate every purchase, right? Why make it every $5 then?
No,
I think it's every purchase over $5.
Yeah, if you spend $60, you get one crate. If you spend $5, you get one crate. But you have to spend at least $5 to get a crate.
Well, I mean, that would be every purchase, though, right? I mean, most of the time, your AAA titles, even your early accesses, are like $30. So
I think they are just making it that low of amount to give people incentive to buy the games through Twitch instead of any other platform.
Which they are fighting against some juggernauts, Origin, Steam, Uplay, people who have already been in the business. I'm wondering, $4.99 is the same cost as a subscription. I'm wondering if they're going to start handing out Twitch crates every time you subscribe to or you resub to your favorite broadcaster.
Yep.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
That may be why it's $5.
That's
probably the reason.
Or just an add-on, like, hey, buy a Twitch crate from your Twitch streamer, like your favorite Twitch streamer. Twitch gets $250, streamer gets $250. Like, there might just be another, like, hey, you can support this if you don't want to do, a recurring sub. Like, hey, just buy a Twitch crate, and that's the same as like a one sub thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it'd be like, hey, maybe you get one, like maybe instead of getting my emotes for a month and then losing them, maybe you get one of my emotes randomly that you can use forever. I'd be like, hey, I have a chance to get one of your emotes to use for good, because these emotes that you get in these crates don't expire. And I don't know if they're going to be top streamer emotes, if they're going to be only emotes that we've created just for crates. They haven't really gone into that.
I almost think they're going to be like, I don't think they'll be channel specific. I think they'll be like global emotes that only you can use because you got it from a Twitch crate. I don't know. A lot of potential there, though.
Yep, making moves.
Potential. Yeah, they have to offer some sort of incentive to get you just buy from them instead of one of the big guys like Steam. I love Steam. I don't ever want to move from Steam, but maybe if I can get some extra stuff, we'll see. I think
it's just going to drive the competition in general.
Yeah,
Steam's had a fucking stranglehold over everything, minus the developer ties, like EA and Origin and fucking all the bullshit in Uplay.
Yep.
All the PlayStation games in Uplay.
Yeah.
But
alrighty,
we'll see.
I just want to give the Twitch Crates FAQ a quick read. How can I tell if my purchase includes a Twitch crate? If you have a minimum of $5 in a purchase, you get a crate. Can I earn multiple Twitch crates for a single purchase? No, one crate per purchase. Can I receive duplicate rewards from Twitch crates? If so, what can I do with those extra items? It is possible to get duplicates of an emote or a chat badge as you open them. In this case, your inventory will only show one of the item, as this time there is no way, at this time, there is no way to trade duplicates. Motherfucking Twitch badge lotto.com.
That would just piss me off. Like, you're not even gonna give me credit for having it, even
or
if
at
I
least
can.
cash it in for bits or something. Like, I have a dupe. Give me some bits.
What the fuck is the point of me signing up for one of these crates if I'm just gonna keep getting doubles of the same garbage?
Yeah. God, my only fear is how flashy chat will become with all of these things that they're implementing. I've never looked at chat and been like, this is too much that it's distracting. I think the badges are a little out of hand. Like when you have, like, if you look at chat now, holy fucking badges. There's just some people with 3 badges. It's just absolutely insane. It's not too overpowering, but there's some times where I'm like, this is a lot. And there's so many colors and I don't know what's going on, but I can put up with it. That's just my personal opinion.
They may have a limit with how many avatars or whatever you can have on your name.
Yeah.
Like most I've seen is 3. Maybe they'll keep it at 3 or 4. So.
Yep. Okay. Moving along. We have 2 of these quick articles. One, Elgato releases the Stream Deck for $149, and Corsair launches the Corsair One gaming PC. So the first one, this Elgato, this is pretty dope. It is it's pretty much a macro keyboard for streamers that works with XSplit, OBS, and just general macros for your computer. It's 16 buttons, I believe, with mini LCD screens for every single button that are programmable. 15? Okay. Super fucking dope device. I will be buying multiple if I can daisy chain them. But I think they're really fucking cool. And this is a very good price point, because if you think of a compact keyboard that has a programmable chip and or firmware that is customizable, you're spending at least $150 for like an ortholinear keyboard that can do that. Of course, you can buy, like, there's already pre-built products out there, but they're super expensive. And this is really fucking cool, especially for having tiny little LCD screens that have full RGB. That blows
my mind.
Yeah.
You can put images on them. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yep.
Those buttons.
So really cool. If you're a streamer, this is a must-have. There are streamers that have already been using these products for months and just haven't said anything because they've been under NDAs.
Wow.
But this thing is really, really fucking cool. I will absolutely be buying one. I wish there was like a 25 button model. Like, I want more buttons because I just want to do all the things. But one of the cool things is they enabled folders, so you can have a folder for different applications, so you're never stuck to one layout, and you are not restricted to using the Elgato software for streaming, which I think was the smartest fucking thing they could have done with this Stream Deck. So
they could have fucked it up by just doing that.
Yep. Really cool product. And you guys going to be buying this? Because it's meant for streamers, but you can use this for the rest of your computer to launch applications, send out tweets, upload content, hotkeys within software like Adobe Premiere or Photoshop. Really cool shit.
Just another USB device.
I would probably look into it. Yeah, well, and that too. Luckily now I've got that NZXT USB 2.0 header split. Internal USB header splitter, which is fucking amazing. And anybody who's got an extra $25-$30 should go ahead over to their website and buy it. But if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't buy it because it's 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
But I have 18 macro keys on the keyboard I have now. I've got the old version of the K95. And then I've got macro keys on my mouse, Logitech 502. And then I honestly would probably just simplify everything. If I got the Elgato, I would probably get a non-macroed mouse, just a plain Jane fucking mouse, and then go back to the K70. Get rid of the K95.
Yep. I'm also thinking about downsizing because this K70 just feels too wide for me right now. It just takes up too much space. Too much. It's too girthy for me. You never hear me say that, but yeah, I think it's super, super cool. I wish they would make a mouse that had 3 buttons and not like one sniper button and a back and forward. Like have a back and forward button up top for your general web browsing and Windows Explorer browsing, and then have 3 big spaced out buttons for the thumb. Because like I never use all 10 of these buttons that are on this macro mouse. I use the first 3 and sometimes the other ones as well. I just need a mouse that just has a couple more thumb buttons. I'm surprised that there isn't something out there. I've actually.
I mean, the 502 still has 3.
But isn't it? Aren't they super skinny? And there's like a back, a middle, and then a forward. Yeah, that's because I had the. That's the Proteus Core, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that, and I just like it's too skinny. I just need 3. Like if they had the buttons that were the size of this, I have the Corsair Scimitar RGB mouse. And the button sizes are perfect. I can't show you. No, I can't show you. They're perfect sized, but there's just too many of them.
A MOBA mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mobile mouse.
Hey, that's what I had when I was playing fucking Altus Life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because
I had a MOBA mouse. So, yeah. You couldn't fucking play Altus without having 800 fucking macros.
Yep. So other than that, the G502 was a fucking fantastic mouse. I just want 3 dedicated buttons for macros for the thumb. I don't care about a sniper button. I think those are pointless. But that's just me.
I don't even use my sniper button. I don't know what was their idea. Let's slow down the DPI. I mean, you get used to this one DPI. Why have something change it?
Yeah.
I mean, I tried using it in a game and I just can't use it. It's just too different.
And games nowadays have a separate slider for scoped sensitivity. That's like almost every game nowadays, so it doesn't really make sense. All right, last one. This is kind of something just real quick before we move on to question time. AMD Ryzen 5 chips release date announced. It will be April 11th. So this is an entire line of both quad and hex core CPUs that will be coming out in April. I think there are 4 chips. Yep, 4 chips. The 1400X, 1500X, 1600, kitten, and the 1600X. So the first 2 are quad cores with 8 threads. Those are clocked at 3.2 with a boost a little bit higher. They have a 65 watt TDP, and the first quad core is priced at a very competitive 169 and 189. So very, very good budget friendly chips. And then the 2 hex core, the 1600 and the 1600X, they have a 3.2 and a 3.6 base clock. The 1600 has a 65 watt TDP, while the 1600X has a 95 watt TDP. And those are priced at 219 and 249. What do you want? Oh my lord! I swear this is like having a cat is like having a girlfriend. I swear to God. Okay, and then
everywhere.
Hot pussy.
So my only gripe with this is their 8-core chips, single core performance, were still below the current generation Intel chips. I don't know how well these are going to perform in single core when it comes to modern day games. As far like my initial thought was, okay, streamers who want to build a stream PC who don't want to spend $350 on a chip, you can grab a hex core for $220. And when I saw this, I'm like, that is very interesting, because I was about ready to jump on a Ryzen setup. But even like I wasn't really sure what I was going to be able to push with the 8-core. But this is a little bit more appealing. So this looks great on paper, just like the Ryzen 7 chips looked really good on paper, but it's going to come to the real world test. Because I'm not dogging the Ryzen 7s. They did really, really well for AMD chips, but when it came to single core performance stacked up to the Intel chips, they still fell behind a little bit. Their multi-core performance was off the charts. Absolutely fantastic. Really good workstation streaming and encoding processors, but single core is a little bit meh. So what do you guys think about this?
What is Leroy doing behind you? Is he eating the lights?
No, he's probably cleaning himself.
Oh, okay. It looked like he was chomping on the lights. I was like, all of a sudden we see Leroy.
Is he just staring you down?
He just stares at me. Hi, buddy.
Yo, what up, Leroy?
What up, dog?
You hungry?
What a gangster.
He actually is like crouched with his one arm laying over his hind. I wish I could zoom in. I can't. You good boy? What a fuck. So yeah, what do you guys have any points about these chips?
Nah,
I'm still
not
looking
really.
to see how they integrate into other stuff. Like all the numbers seem all right, and the price points are fucking amazing for the performance you're getting out of them and the power usage. But just like everything else, you got to sit and wait until they work the kinks out.
Yeah.
I'd have to make an entire new build if I was wanting to go Ryzen, so
Yeah.
I'm an Intel guy, so I'd try to stick with that as best I can.
Me too. I still wouldn't, like, if anyone said, hey, I want to build a gaming PC, I still can't recommend AMD. That's just me. You're going to pay more, but you get what you pay for. But if they said, hey, I need a dedicated video encoding and or streaming PC, I'd be like, yo, go Ryzen, because it's fucking proven that it does really well.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually waiting to hear back from Arctic Cyclone to see how his Ryzen build pans out, because I know he's thinking about using it for a streaming PC.
He's selling it.
The Ryzen build?
Yeah, he's already selling the Ryzen stuff.
Why?
Yeah, no, he said it does not perform well with single core gaming. Yeah, he said he tested out gaming and streaming and it was just not up to snuff, so he's selling it.
Oh, gaming and streaming at the same time. He wasn't just using it as a streaming PC.
No, he backed out of doing a dual PC setup. He went back to a single, and he was just like, yeah, just not up to snuff.
Well, damn.
Yeah. Too bad. That's because I was excited for him. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a badass setup. But
Yeah.
Someone will buy it, I'm pretty
oh yeah, he won't have a problem selling it.
Naaackers.
I thought about it, man. I thought about it,
I know
but
you did.
I'm saving that dough for TwitchCon. That's like TwitchCon is what I'm saving my money for.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to motherfucking question time. What?
42.
42's question. 42 popped up out of nowhere.
What
in his
up, you
question.
fucking Chernobyl motherfucker? Dedicated wham.
The dedicated wham.
So what I'm going to do is Salty is going to post a link to a straw poll in chat. This straw poll is for you guys to answer. And the question is, what do you like better? Player Unknown's Battlegrounds or H1Z1 King of the Kill? Obviously, we know that they are two separate games, two separate play styles. But we just want to know which
China
one.
number one.
China number one. We just want to know which one you guys are enjoying more in its current state. I think because they are both early access, if you don't think H1 is an early access, you are a moron. Because it is. I think it's okay to compare them in their current state. So go ahead and give that a vote. We will give that a look-see after we do these two question and answer portions. My fellow guests, the question I wanted to ask you guys was, what is your favorite Twitch update that has been pushed in the past couple months? Out of all, we've talked about so many Twitch things.
I know, it's like
So many
every
features.
it should just be the show. It's just Twitch news.
Yep.
Yeah,
Twitch, are you paying us or what? Because we're advertising like mad.
Sponsored by Twitch.
I mean, anything that optimizes the way a viewer takes in the show is always going to be better for everybody. So, all of this upgraded quality is huge. The auto quality mode is huge. I don't know why it hasn't been there forever. Anything that makes navigating and finding new streams better, like a Discover tab, that kind of thing. I don't really give a damn about apps, and I mean, creators are always going to create. So, although some of these features are going to be awesome for creators, I'm more so a Twitch watcher than a Twitch streamer. I'm enjoying seeing all these quality options jump up and everybody being able to just do badass shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not really a update to the software, but I kind of like the fact how they went back at the partnership application. I'm not a streamer, but I feel like the partnership application is making it more accessible for other streamers to become partnered. Is it a little bit easier? I mean, I know it's not easy. It's hard to become a partner, but they see this like, maybe I have a shot, and then they eventually get partnered and make a life out of it.
Yeah. Favorite features was the bitrate bump, and probably the new navigation, which apparently I'm the only person in the world who has not gotten the new navigation, even though I want it the most. Other features, the pulse is pretty cool. I think it'll be cooler down the road. I technically haven't used it unless I've been pushing out Twitch compilations. And probably this year, well, I guess technically it was last year, but the new channel page design,
Okay.
I think was a huge improvement. I can't think of any other ones that were like, oh yeah, yeah, that's about it.
Okay. As a streamer and a viewer, having quality options opened up to 10 times more the amount of streamers has been absolutely fantastic. As a streamer, having this 6,000 kilobit, this 6,000 bit rate up has really helped me out, because when I built this streaming PC, I was doing, like 60 frames per second at 3,500, and it was just looking just subpar. But now that I can push, 6,000, it's making this stream PC perform a little bit better. Like, my streams are a little bit more watchable. That makes me very happy, because I don't need to spend another $600 in order to upgrade this to make it watchable. It's like it gave me a little bit more time to use this build while I can save up for an upgrade. So I think the 6,000 bit rate across the board is definitely one of my favorite things. And cheer motes. I like the animated cheer motes too. I think those are cool.
Yeah, I got to get one of those done. I'm actually talking to a designer right now to turn Robot Love into an animated cheer mote.
Sweet. Nice. Okay. All right, cool. We're going to go on to these questions from chat, and then we will move on to the straw poll results. So these first 3 questions were added by a mod, so I don't know who they came from, but we'll ask them. What are some problems with Battleground? We kind of spent a whole bunch of time on that, so I think that's a question we can skip just to save on time. Second question. Who would win in a fight without guns between SpeedDemon and SaltySam?
Well, unless I can use blunt objects, I'm pretty sure Speed would kick my ass. I smoke like a pack a day. Come on now.
But I'm actually, by the way, these the mod added the name. So that first question was from Scopes, and the second question is from Good Bowler. Speed, are you going to defend yourself, or are you going to pump yourself?
I don't know. I've never seen Salty. I mean, other than here, so.
Because
I'm pretty sure I'm bigger than him, but I am fucking out of shape, my friend. I got fucking winded drunk running to the fucking shuttle bus back from the casino the other night. So
got that dad bod. You got that dad bod.
There is a lot of truth to be had. Sympathy weight.
Sympathy weight.
Yeah, because when your old lady's pregnant and she wants fucking junk food in the middle of the night, who else wants some fucking junk food in the middle of the night?
Dad
This
does.
guy.
Dad does.
Papa, give it to Papa.
Next question comes from Anunnaki. How many bodies are in the closet behind SpeedDemon? He's still
There's
got
at least one highway patrolman in there.
He's been there for so long.
Holy shit. Yeah, doesn't the body stink, or is that
Like a state highway worker? Poor guy.
You get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
But last I counted, like 10, maybe.
All right.
Just throw them in the swamp with the alligators. They'll take care of them.
Speed had his sense of smell removed, so he was able to sit in the same room as all of his bodies. All that cocaine.
Oh my god.
Next question comes from the middle-aged stream. You can only buy one new game for the rest of 2017. What is it?
Is Star Citizen coming out this year, or is that next year?
Allegedly.
So supposedly supposed to come out this year. So I would say Star Citizen if it comes out this year.
I would agree.
If it came out, yeah. The problem is I could buy it this year and not be able to play it for 10 more fucking years because I can build some fucking supercomputer to be able to play this some bitch.
This is true.
I don't know.
42.
I still haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn yet, and I've heard a lot of good things about that game.
Same.
Open world games, you can spend a lot of time just like 100% completing that shit. So that might be a good rest of 2016 game or 17.
Yep.
I don't know. I was gonna say I don't think Last of Us 2 is coming out this year. I think they were just talking about like, yeah, we're working on it or something. But one game. What was some of the other games we were talking about that were coming out this year that we were really looking forward to?
I can't even remember what I did last weekend, let alone all the games we talked about.
Yeah,
that's how I'm feeling right now. I'd go with Star Citizen because like that's gonna be one of those games that you literally dedicate every second of your gaming time to because there's gonna be so much fucking involved. It's gonna be so overwhelming.
Yep.
It's gonna be so overwhelming.
We're gonna have a entire like stripper mobile with the spaceship.
Yeah. Ooh, Vansman said Super Mario Odyssey, which I'm very pumped for.
It looked real different. Is it like the one where it's like Super Mario and like the city, like a normal city just jumping around?
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel about that.
We shall see. All right. Sandra asked, the new Elgato thingy, thoughts? Yes. Yes, from all of us.
If I, even as somebody who streams big blocks and like charity events and shit like that, and then never any other time, I would love having something like that just for, like Naaackers said, you could program it for whatever the fuck you want. And right now, a lot of my macros, like it's profiled to the executable. So if I open OBS, it switches to fucking OBS and stuff. But I use it for all kinds of shit, especially video and photo editing.
Mm-hmm.
It sits right on my desk. I use Sony Vegas Pro 13. This is like a 200-page fucking manual of nothing but keybinds, like keyboard shortcuts for that.
Yep.
So,
holy shit!
If I ever like find out that something is able to have a fucking keybind, I just keep pumping them up.
There was a guy on YouTube. His name is Epos Vox. He has one of these stream decks set up just for Adobe Premiere for shortcutting in effects and overlays and lux and all that stuff, which is super dope. If you guys are like a macro junkie, look up a Linus Tech Tip videos about a Lua Macros keyboard. He basically has a second keyboard which is just macros for Adobe Premiere, which is like adding transitions, adding text, adding LUTs, just all of this shit. Like, and then he has like tape or labels taped to every single key on the keyboard of what it does. And this is basically just taking that and making it, you know, mainstream, which is really fucking cool. So definitely we'll be getting one.
They're gonna sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, at $150, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next question from Paul. What is your least favorite sound effect?
Choo choo.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
So I
it's
deleted
so
Thomas,
funny.
It's a banned
and then
word now.
Today they used la 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 as I was in a 1v1 situation. I was like, fuck it, la la la's gone too.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Delete that shit so fast. So but definitely Thomas is by far my most hated sound effect. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for reopening that wound.
For me, every sound that Skype makes me want to kill someone. And also the Windows 10, like, click on something you're not allowed to click on, ding.
Oh, God, it's the worst.
Triggers me.
Fuck you.
But
Next question from Good Bowler. Who here has never played a Star Wars game? There's your answer. Middle-aged stream asks, what is the worst hangover you've ever had?
Vegas.
Yeah, Robots told that story on stream before.
Mine was probably... I shouldn't tell this story.
Yeah, you should.
I was not of age.
Do it.
Well,
you couldn't have. You couldn't have.
Me and a couple people I know at some point in my life got super trashed while at Disney World. We had to fly home the next day, and we were still drinking at 3:30 in the morning. We had to leave for the fucking plane at 7.
No.
oh my God.
I almost denied somebody I was with
Wow.
entry onto the plane because they were too drunk.
Wow.
Damn.
That's fucked.
Wow.
Good times. Good times.
Speed?
Telling you.
I've
No
never
worse.
really had a hangover.
Good boy.
I've never gotten
had
that
a hangover
wasted,
from
so-
sweet tea.
Yeah, he just pees it all out.
Just fucking gets the sugar shakes.
Yeah. Yeah, my worst hangover consisted of Vegas, and then the next morning in the elevator, going down with the worst hangover in the elevator, meeting the Hoff. And that was like the worst morning. I remember, it's a long story, so I'll only pick out a part of it, but like literally I was so sick. Every movement I was making and anything else was making, like the lurch of the elevator when you hit the floor you were going on. I was like, and I got a blueberry muffin and I literally ate it crumb by crumb because I couldn't stand. I just was going to puke again at any moment. And I thought for sure, I was like, I need something in my belly or I'm going to lose it on the plane. And oh, thank God I didn't throw up on the plane. I never want to throw up on a plane.
No.
Nope.
It's like, am I actually going to have to use one of these tiny bags that can fucking sure not hold puke that is about to come out?
8 gallons of drunk.
I shoot puke like a fire hose out of my mouth.
Yep.
So it would be over like 1 through 20 rows, row A through B.
Speed, I'm gonna
And then
get
you gotta
so...
be that guy. You gotta be that guy on the plane. That guy over there threw up
Yeah.
the whole entire ride.
Fucking, what the fuck was that puppet
smell.
movie? That fucking
Puppet movie.
Team America World Police.
Oh, I
I've never seen either of those.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think I know the GIF you're talking about, though.
It's the one I always use all the time when Mad Weenie and Naaackers chat to each other on Twitter.
We're not that bad. I distinctly remember there's only been one hangover that has kept me in bed all day to the point where I couldn't move. For the safety of my future and my reputation, I will not name the substances that may or may not have been in addition to alcohol that might have induced me into that bed a little bit longer than I should have been. But the one that only concerned alcohol, I remember being at Jimmy John's, and I just remember trying to make sandwiches, and I was just handling this food and just just being on the verge of just throwing up. I would every couple minutes I'd have to go sit in the booth and just have my head down because I just I could not.
Hey, asshole.
I could not move. I could not keep my eyes open, and I was just I would just take a piece of bacon and I would go sit in the booth and I would just nibble on it, and just I've never been so fucking hungover that I could not stomach food other than that one time, and it is not fun at all.
That's how I fucking felt yesterday morning.
Yep.
What drunk person do you know can't eat at Denny's?
Yeah. Really
It
drunk.
didn't help that they made it into a fucking sauna in there, but 90 fucking degrees.
Gross.
Ugh,
All right, next
I'm
question comes
sweaty.
from Paul. What would your favorite animal to see in the bathroom if you woke up drunk? A sloth.
I'm
A
an
sloth
animal
like
person.
You're not an animal person?
No.
What?
that. You know where your kind goes? Straight to hell.
People are more important to me.
Whoa.
Hard. You hear that, Leroy? You hear what he's saying to you? Look at that face. Oh, how could you say
Aw.
that?
I mean,
Salty?
there's a cat that lives in my house, but at this point in my life, I'm such a cheap ass that I don't need animals running around. It's just more fucking mouths to feed.
This is true. And clean up shit after.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's part of the fucking agreement of the cat being in the house. I'm not doing shit.
No pun intended.
Nope. Bad jokes.
Speed?
I don't know. I would say a dog, but I see a dog every day. A kangaroo. I mean, that'd be kind of awkward to see in the bathroom.
A friendly kangaroo?
No, it doesn't have to be friendly. We can have a boxing match in there.
When you're hungover in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just yak in his face. He'll never come back.
Can you repeat the question?
If you... I've read another question and it's fucking funny. What would be your favorite animal to see in a bathroom if you woke up drunk? Okay, so I guess it's not necessarily the morning after hungover. It's just if you woke up drunk. But yeah.
What kind of
A
night would
hippo.
have had to happen for you to end up in the
Yeah.
bathroom?
I mean, we're talking about like hangover the movie shit. You just wake up and there's a fucking tiger in your room.
I've woke
I
up
would
in
say
a bathroom
baby
a
hippo.
lot. Baby hippo.
Yeah, if there's a baby hippo, I'd lose my shit. And I'd be like, come here. I want to cuddle you.
Come here, buddy. Let me feel you.
Come to me.
Yeah, that's that one. Anunnaki asks, if you could put the time and effort into one game to speed run and do it well, what would you pick? What game would you pick?
I'd have to go with something old.
I would pick Super Mario
Super
World.
Mario World.
Oh, Salty, let's dock. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely,
honestly
we
don't know. I'd want it to be something different, never done before. I mean, what games have not been speedrun well? I'd pick one of
Everything.
those.
Risk?
I saw people
Yes.
already speedrunning the latest Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like
you can-
Doom. They started speedrunning Doom like a week after it came out. So, I mean, nowadays, finding something is going to be so fucking crazy hard.
Mm-hmm.
The latest Zelda, you can actually, as soon as you start, you can go fight the end boss if you want to. I mean, he will completely wreck you, but I'm pretty sure there's a speed run to get around it and kill him.
45 minutes I've seen for the new Zelda game that you can speedrun it. Crazy. Or maybe it's an hour 45. One of the two.
That's fucking stupid.
Robot? Wow.
I mean, the biggest thing about speedrunning games in general is it has to be a game that you're willing to play a bajillion fucking times over and really research and fucking look up all these strats and all this other shit. And there's just not enough campaign style games that I would see myself doing that in.
If I did a new one, because I think everybody's already done the old ones so good. I think if I did a new one, I was really impressed with the Doom like speed run. Like at what we saw at this year's like Awesome Games Done Quick, the Doom was super cool. I would probably do that. And the game on top of it is super fun, fast, fluid. Like it seems like a game that should be speed run. There's some games where it's just like, can you really speed run this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Like
think
the
I
super
think-
glitch speedruns too, the ones where people have legitimately put hundreds of hours into studying the code and the fucking holes in the code. Like if you ever watch the old Pitfall glitch runs where they're fucking doing that crazy ass jumps, turn around, and then they just like jump through the fucking world
Yep.
and they just land on random platforms in different spots in the world. It's fucking amazing.
I
Few
mean, they
years
jump
ago.
over loading screen triggers, all sorts of. You gotta know where every bit of that is.
Yeah,
how to get
it's
around
fucking
it.
wild.
I remember them showing code manipulation for Super Mario World 3 at the AGDQ like 2 years ago, and it was just insane. Like the timing and the knowledge that it takes to pull that off is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially on the 100% runs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No warps. No warps.
All right. This question comes from Paul. We're gonna answer this on 3. If you were a hot dog and you were hungry, would you eat yourself? 1, 2, 3. Yes.
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 Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. We all like dick. Question from Middle Age Stream. What is the best show movie you've seen that most people don't know about?
I don't watch shit on TV anymore.
Me neither.
And if I'm watching a movie, it's like blockbuster fucking. Like, I don't go to the movies at all. So.
Can it be a series? Like a series of TV shows?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would.
He's
I
gonna say
recently
Band of
watched.
Brothers.
No, everybody knows about that. You're the only guy
Okay.
here that hasn't watched.
Damn it.
True.
Spartacus. It's like an old,
Hmm.
like Rome style video.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I watched all of it. So
Mine, this is always like my go-to. It's a Jason Segel movie called Jeff Who Lives at Home. It was a very, very low budget, under the radar movie about Jason Segel, who's like a 30 or 40-year-old pothead who lives at home in his mom's basement, but is like obsessed with like having a destiny and being put on this earth for a certain part. And it's like him following that kind of thing. And it's actually a super good movie that gives me the feels. Like I kind of relate to it like a little bit, like his mindset. So if you've not seen Jeff Who Lives at Home, give it a look. It's a really, really, really good movie.
how many movies of his is not low? A lot of them are pretty low. They're good, but they don't put too much money.
Not Steven Seagal. Are you thinking of you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Steven
Jason
Seagal.
Seagal.
Jason. And
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's Jason Segel. I don't know if it's Seagal because it's Segel.
Oh yeah, Seagal.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but fucking Steven Seagal. Judo
Low
master.
budget karate movies.
Yeah.
I always like to go back to the oldies. I feel like everybody I talk to, like nobody's ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I feel like that was such like a
Blasphemy.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And now it's on Netflix, so anybody can go fucking watch it if you want. It's such a good movie.
I have somebody at work that says I look like somebody off of there. Cameron.
Cameron.
Yeah.
I'm
see that.
dying. When Cameron was in Egypt's land, let bad Cameron go.
I'll tell you one great movie that I've found a lot of people that know of it, but not a lot of people that have seen it. It's got Elijah Wood, the guy who played the lead on fucking Sons of Anarchy, the younger blonde-haired guy.
Oh, fucking
Green Street Hooligans.
Charlie
is
Hunnam?
the name. Yeah, it's called Green Street Hooligans. They made 3 of these movies. The second and third are absolute garbage. But first time I watched this movie, you don't have to give a fuck about the fact that it's based around soccer. It's basically just based around a bunch of dudes getting hammered and fighting people. And it's like Fight Club if everybody was super drunk the entire time.
Sounds like Goon, but hockey.
Love Goon.
It starts super slow, but then it just ramps the fuck up. It is an amazing movie.
Okay. I'm down with that.
If you feel like watching it with other people, do a drinking game. Every time they drink, you drink. You won't remember the movie, but you'll get super hammered.
I'm down with that. When you started talking, you said Elijah Wood. There was a movie with Elijah Wood and John Cusack. I think it's called like The Piano Man or The Piano, where it was like Elijah was like a piano player. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to say anything about the movie because I don't know what the plot is without spoiling it. But there's a really cool piano movie with Elijah Wood and John Cusack.
Well, this is a different role than you would ever expect him to play.
Okay, I'm down. Yeah, I'm looking at the Charlie Hunnam looks young as fuck.
Oh, the movie's like fucking old.
Okay.
90s, early 2000s, probably.
Sweet. Dope. All right, Robot, did you say one? Oh yeah, you did. Next question. This one is from Sierra Speed. Where are you from?
Mississippi.
Baby, she's coming for you.
Ooh. She won't, yeah.
Last question from Good Bowler. What was the first video game you ever played?
Let me ask this, and I believe my answer's been different every time.
Yeah, because memory's a little fuzzy back then.
The first.
Go ahead, Speed.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
The first game that I could like remember playing was like one of the first Metroids.
Okay.
I forget which one it was, but I mean that's the first one I remember playing to. That and that old Duck Hunt game with the little pistol you could shoot the TV screen. Yeah.
That was Speed's first gun.
Yes.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
You want to die, Red Boots?
You want to die, little duckies? That's funny. It was okay. I think I remember playing. I think it was Donkey Kong, or on Atari. It was like the 2600, where you're like Mario and you're jumping over the barrels that the monkey is throwing.
Donkey Kong.
What was that called? Was that Donkey Kong? Okay, yeah. That was the first game I remember playing. We didn't own the Atari. Somebody brought it over, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing."
I remember playing a lot of video games on our first system, which was the Super Nintendo. It's either Castlevania, the Pitfall, or Super Mario World. There's so many home videos of me playing Super Mario World. That's like what I remember playing the most, holding the controller upside down and just dying.
That was
over
the
and over.
game that came with the console. So that definitely.
I think that was probably it.
Yeah.
I can't decide. It's either the original Super Mario for NES, Mega Man 2, also for NES, or Contra.
Contra.
Those games
I
were so
remember
fucking
Contra.
long.
It had to be that. I mean, I had played Atari at a later point, and I played a lot of Game Boy games back then too. Just the classic big gray Game Boy with the fucking green and black screen. But my dad had an NES hooked up in the living room upstairs in his house from the time I was like fucking 4 years old. That was like the greatest thing ever. The fucking like 2.5 foot cord, so you had to like be right in front of the fucking TV.
I have yet to play any Mega Man game for more than like 2 minutes. I really need to go back and try and beat a Mega Man game, at least the first couple.
It was something that me and my dad did together. So like we would beat the game, we'd beat the levels and like save the codes, make sure you write the codes down. Like I'm sure somewhere in the boxes of shit I have in my garage, there's still an envelope like that I pulled out of his fucking desk with all the fucking codes for Mega Man 2 still written on it.
That's awesome.
Wow.
All right, cool. Other than 42s, I wanted to know how much dedicated wham to a server. That was the final chat question and answer. Chat, thanks for all the awesome questions tonight. We always love hearing from you guys. Last but not least, the poll that was set out a little bit ago. What do you like better, Pub or H1Z1? I can't do a desktop capture because it's currently broken. But Pub, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, won with 10 votes, 83% of the votes, and King of the Kill with 2 votes, 16%. So it looks like we are in favor of Battlegrounds. I think it. Again, they're 2 separate games, but if you do compare them one to the other, I definitely think that Battlegrounds has the upper hand. All right. Thanks a lot, guys, for queuing in on that poll. And unfortunately, that is the end of tonight's show. So before we go and say goodbye, we're going to go around the room, have everybody announce their social media, where you can find them on the interwebs. And if they are streaming or creating any content, you know, they can tell us their schedule and let us know what they have coming up soon. So SaltySam, start with you.
My name is SaltySam, at the SaltySam on Twitch and Twitter, Salty all day on Snapchat. Might stream tomorrow depending on when I wake up. And stay tuned for www.thesaltysam.com.
My name is SpeedDemon. You can find me in the GSM forums and Discord, and on Twitter at SpeedDemon2533.
I am BadBadRobot. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BadBadRobot. I stream 5 days a week. I show chess there sometimes and provide low to high medium Coctane gameplay. Wait, low to high Coctane gameplay. You can also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Snapchat at the BadBadRobot.
Are you officially streaming 5 days a week now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Woo, doggy!
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and then sometimes I throw in a bonus stream. Either it's like Tuesday or Sunday.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
My name is
I don't know how you
Naaackers.
guys do that shit.
Once you it's like cocaine. You can't do 4 lines when you first start, but once you build up a tolerance, it's like, oh, I can do 5 just off the bat, no problem.
All right. Fair analogy.
Or, you know, like anal. You know, you start with a little bit at first, and then you just go up to
Just a little bit.
2 dicks.
Just stay away from it because that's where the poop comes from.
No, Salty. One of these days, I'm gonna get you. Anyways, my name is Naaackers. You guys can find me on this very channel. Currently doing March Madness, where I stream Monday through Friday. So I will be doing that for the next week. This is the final week of March Madness. And then next week I have off work, so I'm probably going to be doing streams every day again. Anyways, we shall see. I'm going to be playing some Battlegrounds if it will let me. If not, I'll be doing H1Z1, playing some Dying Light. We're doing some H1Z1 again, and then we'll be doing some Overwatch later in the week. You guys can find me on, I got to update that command of yours. Sorry, robot. Fucking cloud links. You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at Naaackers with 3 A's. And just a quick, just so you know, the audio for the previous 4 episodes will be going up soon. I had shit with the streaming PC, I had shit with the audio files, and then I had shit with my video editing software, and just things just kept fucking breaking. I just couldn't get them out. And with streaming with March Madness, nothing else gets done in my life. Like, I'm lucky if I get in the shower a week with streaming that often. So if I'm not streaming and I'm not working, I'm eating or sleeping. But I will get the audios of those episodes up soon. The video portions are always uploaded to Twitch, and they're always uploaded on YouTube. So if you guys need to listen to this after the fact, they will always be up there for you. And that is going to be it for tonight's show. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out. We will see you guys in 2 weeks for episode 22 of the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. Thanks again for hanging out, guys. It was an absolute guy-licking gilf anus of a night. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you guys next time. Everybody say bye.
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 Bye.